I know you're anticipating this amazing show today. So let's get right in. And we have a brother Amir Moadeeb bin Burgos-el. Welcome to Dr. P.
Burgos.
Burgos. Burgos?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
Burgos.
ma'am.
So for 1 second, is it Brother Amir? What is your title?
Amir Moadeeb bin Burgos-el at Great Seal National Association of Moorish Affairs, Amir of Indiana. And I'm also Sheik at Moorish Science Temple of America.
Oh, so you
Chopping
are
over 8 in Arkansas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that we just want to have you right in. I'm gonna right quick. I'm gonna put up your Cash App for anybody who wants to support you, because that's something that we like to do, King Grand Sheik. We'd like to acknowledge the people and show them our gratitude for being on the show. So I'm going to put your Cash App here where mine is, and then I'm gonna stop talking. So welcome. You're welcome.
Like just start for events for the military parade. That was just a trap for the deep state who were in Congress, because 80 congressmen were arrested and put in the helicopters and flew right over the parade.
Wow.
That was gangster on their way to Gitmo. So that was just a trap, the military parade, to get them all there in D.C., and all who need to be arrested were arrested. And they're at Gitmo now.
When did that happen?
This happened during the military parade.
Oh, wow.
Them 11 helicopters that flew over, they were on those helicopters.
Oh, wow. Now before you go on, can you tell people, how do you know some of this information you've been sharing with us?
Well, I have two Navy SEALs who give me information that's not classified, and Army General who gives me information that's not classified. Then I do my own due diligence also.
Okay.
Because it's a lot of this information is out there, and most people don't know where to go get it. But we're in a Trump created what is called digital warriors. He released a lot of information that was normally classified and unclassified. It enable us, you and I, to pass it around to our people, soul tribe, temple members, and so on and so forth, and ones who would listen, because this is about choice right now. If you make the wrong choice, it might not be good for you. Because we're at Civil War. We're under Army War Manual 11.3 behind the scenes. We're at DEFCON 1 right now. And Trump has already approved the attack on Iran, which is not going to happen, because in order to be in in order to be in NESARA, you can't be involved in a war. And Prince Reza Pahlavi is the new president of Iran. The republic is over and on the verge of collapse. You already know Khomeini's in hiding right now. So the new president of Iran is Reza Pahlavi. And that he already made an announcement. It's just that you already know mainstream media is not going to announce. You already know that. They've been bought and sold already. Because see, a lot of people, we have to understand there's a domestic side and then there's a public side. Okay. And everybody's on the domestic side. The reason why these foreign people coming here to getting all this, they're access. All they're doing is accessing the prepaid society. That's all they're doing. They're accessing the prepaid society, which because they're bankrupt. The United States USA Major filed their last Chapter 11 bankruptcy in Tallahassee, Florida. I think in 2020. Might be. I'm not sure, but under case number 20-475. Okay. So there in normally three governments. You got the republic, and you got the territorial government, and you got the corporation government. Corporation government's gone now. There's just the territorial government and the republic. And Trump is president of the territorial government now. And he's using the laws of the territorial government to take down the rest of the deep state. That's why you see United States with 3 asterisks. That's the meaning of the 3 asterisks, the 3 different jurisdictions. But now it's only 2 jurisdictions because one jurisdiction don't exist no more because you can only file 3 Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and that was their 3rd one. It's over, done. No coming back. Just like Israel. Israel is a rogue nation now, waging war on an actual nation, a real nation, because Israel lease on the land was up October 31st of 2023. And they, once you get bankrupt, you have no contract rights from that point on. You cannot contract. So, and if you're involved in child trafficking, your assets are frozen. So their assets are frozen, and they've been involved in child trafficking because you already know about the 1,500-mile dump tunnel underneath that goes from the Vatican to Jerusalem, underneath the Mediterranean Sea, where Russian Spetsnaz in 2021, when they raided the Vatican and arrested all the popes, they found 750 quadrillions of gold labeled United States of America Treasury. Charlie Ward's team of retired SEALs repatriated that gold, took 650 plane loads, I think, to repatriate that gold to the new treasury in Reno on the Indian reservation. And then you also have to remember, Donald Trump is the only president to do inventory of the Pharaoh's gold in the Grand Canyon. And Donald Trump
Pharaoh's gold. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Original Mecca is Chicago, so everything here went there. It didn't go there and come here. All the pyramids here are older than the pyramids there. It's a fact. Ancient Mecca, Chicago. The Nile River is the West Nile River, hence the West Nile virus. Ancient Memphis is Memphis, Tennessee. Algiers, Louisiana. Tunis, Mississippi. Alhambra or Alabama is Tripoli. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli.
Wow.
And Medina, ancient Medina is Ohio, where the Ben Ishmael tribe came from. Indiana, Morocco. Still a city here named Morocco. So, Palestine, Texas. Texas, Tejas. That's ancient Egyptian. For the protector, under the 5-point star. That's why Texas has a 5-point star. Tejas. See, this is ancient Romans Venezuela.
Huh? What?
Yes, ancient Romans Venezuela. Peru is Haru. You got to remember, everything happened here everything came from here to there. When these Europeans got here and Dusaba got to Chicago, he seen this big metropolis there, was like, what is going on? It was already there. That's what the purpose of those world fairs, when they destroyed everything. They destroyed what was already here because they're creating a fake narrative. That was the Great Reset of the 1800s. They were trying to do it again. Trump stopped it. Because see, Trump is Abraham Lincoln's grandson. Lincoln had a son, William Wallace. William Wallace was General Patton. General Patton had a son, which is Trump's father.
Okay.
General Patton had a son, and then Trump was adopted into the Trump family. Now, Omar al-Clooney, he had 2 sons, JFK and RFK. They were adopted into the Kennedy family. See, the al-Clooney bloodline is a Drew's bloodline that goes back to Jesus. Yeshua ben Joseph or Haru, Inky, one and the same.
Okay.
Depends on what time period you're in and what you would call it. That's why Jesus' life and Horus' life are exactly the same, and only difference is it's 25 years difference. Horus' life happened first, so you know where it was. Constantine invaded Egypt, and he took that Gnostic religion and twisted it and came up with this weird version of Christianity that they're going by now, where the patriarch, where the mother was, replaced with a patriarch. But see, everything is operating under I self-law am master of the whole world was at one time until 17th of March, St. Patrick's Day. That's when everything changed. That's when they flipped. Rome forced them to flip under Christianity or for protection from the Norsemen who were coming down and attacking them. So then after the reset, they went from the Julian calendar of 28 days and 28-day cycles to match up with the woman and the moon, because it's all under Circle 7 Ice-Knowing principles. Example, 7 days of the week, 7 cardinal colors, 7 keynotes of the musical scale, 7 seas, 7 continents, 7 sins, 7 stages of development in the womb, then birth. From 1 to 7 is the age of reason. From 7 to 14 is the age of puberty. From 14 to 21 was the age of maturity. That's when the grand architects of the universe, she, divided her 28-day cycle up into 4 equal parts of 7, creating a week, a month, and a year. Hence, the Julian calendar, 13 months, 28 days, 4 months in a 4 month. 7 days in a month. How many days in a circle? 7. How many days in a year? 7. That's from the temple. That's 101s right there. It's all links up. You know, the prophet was trying to show us the difference between public and private. He said these are divine instructions, divinely prepared. The word divine in American English equity means private.
Means what?
Means private.
Private.
The word divine means private. So he was trying to teach us about the private side. That's why he took the mandate, put it into express trust, and filed it at the Cook County Recorder of Deeds trust section. Only trusts are filed at the Cook County Recorder of Deeds trust section. Nobody's thinking. Now, when that happened, why did the Cook County Recorder of Deeds go re-record all the land under the old English Torrance title system? Now, look up Torrance title system. It's right there. It's all there. It's just most people don't do research. You know what I mean? Oh, no, the prophet didn't bring that, Mo. Oh, the prophet didn't bring that. Yeah, but in 1933, they went bankrupt, and they turned us into corporations. So you better deal with that, or you're going to get treated as a corporation. It's simple as that. It's a reality that you can't get around. And I got a lot of deals, just like we're supposed to be 508Cs, like the chief was talking about. That's what the temple was supposed to be that. It's not supposed to be a 508C. That's private under a law. 508.3C. That's public under Rome. What about that y'all don't understand? I don't get it. I really don't. I get kind of emotional about this because me and Sear and Holloway L, Grand Sheik Holloway L out there in my temple in temple number 8 in Arkansas, we've been fighting for years to try to unify the Grand and National Grand Sheik Love L, trying to grant the grand body back into one. It's fractioned into 3 parts. You got one part acting as it's supposed to, and you got 2 parts out there playing passive more. Playing church. Most respectfully and most humbly, if you got a 503 under your temple, you're playing church. I'm not trying to be funny. It's a reality to all of this. And either you're going to deal with the reality or you're not, or you're going to make excuses. Just that's the bottom line. And I've been trying to talk to a lot of these Moors, and they, so they block me and won't do, said all kind of, just tell a whole bunch of falsehoods about me. Just like I scared the FBI. They went around and got Jabbar Gaines L and turned him into an agent and had him going saying I'm the agent. And all I'm doing, see, I was getting these young men off the street and getting them into classes and sitting them around and teaching them how to be themselves and teaching them to think for themselves. Man, the sheriffs here was like, oh, not here. And they set me up with like 3,000 grams of marijuana from another case. They took it from
Another
They pay these people just that much, and so I got rid of the lawyer and I looked through what? Where did this come from? 3,000. Oh, okay. So I get in court and I exposed him. She was hot. She got up, was like, PD judicial review. And when they stand up and they take their glasses down and look at you like that, they're ticked. And she caught one of them and perjured him. She practiced law from the bench and asked him a question. No, Judge, our continuity report says blah, blah, blah. He had dismissed him as a witness. Yeah. So now they respect me now because they know I know what I'm doing, and I got the state of Indiana to recognize Moorish nationality. So everybody come behind me, they don't have a problem. I took all the heat.
Right.
Because I was the one who was able to weather the storm.
Yes. Yeah.
Legally and lawfully. So now going on to the court. Oh, how you doing, Mr. Burgos? You don't have to say the L. Mr. Burgos is good enough for me. If I'm there under a traffic ticket in court, well, Mr. Burgos so-and-so, Mr. Burgos this. They don't call me by my state name. I earned their respect when they used to look at me with contempt. But I figured out this is all about banking. And now that I'm an individual banker, I understand that now.
How did you become an individual?
Those lawyers and judges, they're bankers. That court is a bank.
Okay.
It's all of the statutes merchant. You're dead at sea. Your property. So they use it. They come in there. They set up a bond, $200 bid bond, $200 performance bond, a $200 payment bond in your name. The lawyer puts his bar card up for collateral to set up the bond, saying he's you. Then as soon as the case is adjudicated, not in your favor, he signs off and leaves you holding the bag. That's how we end up in jail, because you're being used as the surety. This is all commercial. 27 CFR 72.11. All crimes are judged commercial. So if you just ignore that, then you're just gonna keep getting run through the system, going through that vicious circle over and over and over again. I got tired. I'm not doing this anymore. I went, got my express trust created. My address is in Agadir, Morocco. My mailing address is here. I took all my property, put it under that trust, and I took the three things that don't violate it appears to veil of the trust. I took them down to the BMV with my title. The lady looks, they know exactly what to look for. All BMVs, they operate on public and private stat, just that nobody knows. But when somebody comes in there, they know what to do. You know what she did? She took it, boom, gave me my plate. So when I go out there and police run my plate, they drop back 100 feet and it goes to the left or the right, because they drive past me, that's trespassing. I can go to internal affairs and report them for trespassing. See, public and private do not mix. What goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas. What's private stays private. Why you think Joan Rivers got killed? In the private, everybody knew Obama was gay and then Michelle was a man. Everybody knew it. I know
she told it. You knew it?
That's Big Mike from the Wood. I knew him. I'm from Chicago. That's Big Mike from the Wood. He played football at Oregon State his first year. My mother knew both of them. She told me years ago that he had trannied. I didn't believe her. I was like, yeah, get out of here. Get out of here. Then Joan Rivers came out and was like, everybody know Michelle's a tranny. I was like,
she said it on
was right. Mom was right. Well, my mom tried to tell me because, Obama would go out in the neighborhood and walk around, and my mom was always out in the neighborhood. She's Big Mom. Okay? She's Big Mom. She was always out in the neighborhood talking to the kids, helping, doing something. She was mean, too. So that's why I know she's Big Mom. You know what I mean? And she used to run into Obama all the time, and they would sit up there and talk for like an hour, And then every time you come out, she'll run into him again, and we're talking. She told me, I was like, get out of here, whatever. I don't think so. And come to find out, she was right.
Wow.
My uncle was Bob Satterfield. He used to box in Chicago years ago. You could pull him up on YouTube. A lot of his fights, you know. He he fought as a Charles for the championship and lost, got knocked out in the 13th round. You know, but yeah, my family. I've been active in politics for years. I got me and Gator. We got Harold Washington elected to 2 terms as a Democrat in Chicago. And here's the thing: my mom went to boarding school with Harold Washington and Red Fox, and she used to be up at St. Anselm. No, St. Benedict in Milwaukee. St. Benedict in Milwaukee. It was a boarding school. And Red Fox was there, my mom, and Harold Washington. And they used to beat Harold Washington up all the time. And my mom would just say, well, you know what? I'm tired of this. And she would beat the boys up and made them leave them alone. And that's so it's really kind of funny that she ended up beating up boys to keep him safe. He ended up being mayor of Chicago, and turned the city around. I mean, he would like fly to Italy and get a shoe company to build a company here and give them like 3 years free taxes.
Wow.
He was doing that. He balanced the budget. And he only wanted to do it here. And so that's why they basically killed him. I think they allegedly lined his glass with this odorless, colorless drugs, and it simulates a heart attack and goes right out the body. So when they look for it, they see nothing. It looks like a heart attack.
Wow.
That's why they got rid of Harold. Because see, Harold he was acting like a Republican. He was doing Republican things. He didn't follow the regular Democratic machine. They also got Carol Moseley Braun elected to the Senate for a term. I got Bobby Rush elected. Here's the story on that. He was running for Congress, and I was canvassing votes for his opponent. And I was out of work, as and the gigs had dried up. I'm a professional musician. And I went to the guy who had a security company. I said, hey, man, I got all my credentials here, man, blah, blah, blah. I need a job. He said, I can't help you, man. So I was like, what? I said, dude, I'm the reason why you're elected. I'm the one go out and canvass your votes. Are you serious?
Right.
You're playing me like this? I said, okay. I called Bobby up. I said, you still running? He said, yeah, man. I said, yeah, man, I'll canvass all the votes over to you. You can do that? Yeah, we'll do. And he been in there now, except Deep State got to him and he flipped.
Wow.
See, Bobby's is one of them now. But I got him in there. So I've been active in politics my whole year. I was an election judge in Chicago for 19 years, and stuff what I've been seeing now, never would have happened on our watch. If your ID didn't match what we had in the precinct books, and that signature on ID didn't match that signature in precinct, you did not vote. Period. It was not happening. If you got an officer, remove him, please. Because we had an officer in every precinct location. So if anybody got rowdy, they just got kicked on out of there. It even happened to me. I got my ID changed and didn't change it and went to vote. I couldn't vote once. This happened to me once because I didn't have my ID matched up with what was in the precinct book. I had moved. So that's why when I see this now, it's amazing. Now we're at the point, everything as far as the QFS is done.
Okay.
Everything is done. So we're looking with maybe a 3 or 4 day table for this to happen, because the Iran, that's a false flag.
Okay.
All the media, everybody's distracted, and now they're behind the scenes getting ready for NESARA. See, that's all that's about. And the 5D thing, that's a Palladian trap.
What is?
You ascend and so, that's a Palladian trap. It's a DARPA trap.
What?
Yes, I just got the intel today.
Okay.
It's a DARPA trap. Stay here, stay grounded, stay positive, do your thing, what you're supposed to do. It's a Palladian trap.
Okay.
Yes. The Galactic Alliance. Okay. I actually had intel that was backing all that up. And then today it was like, oh, no, that's a DARPA. What? Yeah, they're DARPA, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I got you. And I said, it's a good thing because I'm having a interview today with you, so the information can be passed on. But yeah, Iran has a new president, Reza Pahlavi. It's done. So, because you got to remember, these countries do not want to miss that NESARA Gassara. They do not want to miss that. So they ain't trying to start no war. They ain't trying to do nothing.
Right.
A lot of this is false flag. We are at DEFCON 1. We are.
What's that? What's DEFCON 1?
Trump is ready to hit them.
Okay.
DEFCON 1 means we're about ready to pounce. DEFCON 1 means, okay, y'all better get ready. You better get your people out your cities because it's coming. He already gave the word, so we'll see. You see what happened? Oh, my camera fell.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Well, you see what happened a couple of days ago at the midnight when he hit him. He bombed them all night. We woke up, all their stuff was gone. Khomeini's in hiding, and Pahlavi came out and made an announcement that he's president now. I think he's from that bloodline of the Shah. Remember the Shah of Iran?
I do remember the Shah. Yes.
Yes. I think this is Prince Reza Pahlavi. I think Pahlavi is the Shah's bloodline. It's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
I have to do some checking on that, but yeah. So I'm like, well, we definitely got a new president there. They're not going to announce it, of course. Because so we're really close to everything about to pop off. Literally, as my grandkids and kids say, pop off. Yeah, like I said, a lot going on behind the scenes. You know what I mean? All the money is sitting in the banks ready. Everything is ready. The banks have been switched over to ones that's Basel III, just like Flagstar here got sold, but they kept the name Flagstar, but the logo is different. So I'm like, oh, their asset back, or they wouldn't be open. And that's so I'm like, well, that particular Flagstar is, and then my little brother went in there and opened up his trust account there. So there's definitely one there, and there's a Moorish American woman there who knows trust. Your other Europeans there, they ain't got a clue. They don't know nothing. They didn't know anything. She knew, and she set up his trust account. So anything he gets in his trust, he just deposits him straight into the account. Because go ahead.
So I want to ask you a question about us declaring our nationality. Is that necessary now that the republic is being returned?
Yes. Well, we're dual citizens because you remember the prophet incorporated the Moorish Temple of America into the United States of America. That's in one of his speeches. So that basically make you a dual citizen. So you're supposed to have a pass. We're supposed to have our own passports. We don't. We had one years ago. I have a picture, that I could possibly show you. But we had a passport at one time, but we don't have one anymore. So that's something that need to be dealt with. We need our own passports, and we're dual citizens.
But I thought we weren't supposed to be citizens because we're.
Well, you're not. What I mean is, you're sovereign under the nation.
Okay.
Of the Moorish Temple of America, and you're sovereign under as an American state national.
Oh.
Because remember, GPO Styles Manual says if you're from you're a Floridian.
Yes, sir.
See, that's private. In the public, you're a citizen of the state of Florida. In the private, you're a Floridian. Just like here in Indiana, I'm a Hoosier. When I was born in Illinois, I was an Illinoisian. And then once they set the bar up, you became the fake citizen. This camera keeps falling.
But see, my understanding, Sheik, was that the straw man accounts they're being ended. So
they've been liquidated. They've been liquidated to everybody's QFS account. All you got to do is wait for that email. Cash Patel on Telegram on his account, he said he basically broke it all down. He said just wait for your email, and it'll tell you when your appointment is, and then when you get there, they'll do your biometric vibration, and your vibration is loaded to the card, so nobody can use that account but you. See, all these accounts were liquidated, and just like the 5-Star Trust, that was one of the main trusts that the deep state used to use for child trafficking and funding wars. So the 5-Star Trust about a month ago got liquidated into the U.S. Treasury. So if that don't tell you it's jumping off, it's going down, nothing will. And I say it's going down, it's going down. You know, all this financial, everything basic is done. Everything.
Okay.
So you know it's got to be soon. It has to be.
Like this year.
Yeah, you can only ride a dead horse so long. You can't really ride a dead horse, but they've been riding one.
So, you know, this might be
horse.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
This might be a complicated question, but how do we declare our Moors national status? Can we contact you privately? Can we contact
National Grand Sheik Lovell?
Okay.
You know, he's the one that went to court, and all his paperwork, you know, everybody else is running their mouths. He went to court and got the state of Illinois to say, yes, the Moorish Scientific of America is a body politic. As you know, a body politic is a nation state, because the Columbia Law Library clearly states that the Moorish Scientific of America and the Vatican are the only two acceptors known within the world that qualifies being nation states and recognized internationally. When these brutish Moors in D.C. operate internationally, they operate as Muslims of the West. Why do you think we have a base in every Islamic country? Because this is an Islamic country.
America.
When I made Shahada in Washington, D.C. at the National Islamic Center Masjid in the courtyard, all of the Islamic flags are flying there. Islamic country flags are flying there, including the United States of America.
I'm excited. You know, I was raised in Islam. I practice every religion I could think of, but I was raised in Islam.
The IRS has North, South, and Central America as Empire Morocco. So that's why you do your 8832 correctly, moving yourself from the domestic side to the foreign side. Now you can access the prepaid society like the aliens have been doing. They're foreign. You're domestic. A domestic ain't no different than a domestic housemaid. A domestic is a domestic. Everybody's domestic. You get nothing. And most respectfully and most humbly, but we're talking about a reality here.
Okay.
That nobody seems to want to address. I don't get it, but they just don't want to. Yeah. If you know a temple, get your temple card. Proclaim your nationality. If you want to practice Christianity, cool. Keep your nationality and ID card on you. It will get you in any embassy around the world. Everybody knows but us. Example, my granddaughter went into the Army. Okay. And my daughter said, okay, Amir's Marquetta Burgos-el, you might know her. I don't know, you know, you might be friends with her. Well, anyway, she
Chief Mac says hello. I see.
Grand Rising, Chief Mac. Yes, sir. Honored.
He acknowledged Chief Mac, you weren't here. That's why I text you.
Always honored. Yeah, well, she went, and they went to the recruiters, right?
Okay.
And she filling out the application, and my daughter said, "Now you put down your nationality. We're Moorish Americans. I'm black. I'm not West American. I'm black." She, she's, these teenagers.
Yeah.
So she said, "Okay, go ahead, fill it out." And then right before the sergeant turned in the paperwork, my daughter said, "Can I look the paperwork over?" He said, "Sure, no problem." He looked through there, and where she put black in his box, he put Negro. See? And she said, "Sergeant, I'm sorry, but we're Moorish American." He said, "Oh no, I am so sorry." He knew. It ain't like he didn't know. He knew. He said, oh, he apologized. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Here you go. She made the corrections. He looked and he showed where his box said Moorish American when her box said Moorish American instead of black and Negro. And then he went on and filed it. And when she got out, she got 20,000 more than the other soldiers, including all her benefits, and never would have seen war because of her nationality. You know, there's a treaty. The Treaty of 1787, that protects everybody. Just nobody know how to use it. It's just like in court, you could get out in court. Article 6.
Treaty of what?
Article 6 of the Treaty of 1787. If a Moor brings a United States citizen, which United States citizen is the birth certificate, to His Majesty, the judge represents His Majesty because this is one of His Majesty's ports. So she represents His Majesty, and now His Majesty has to set at liberty the United States citizen and his effects. The United States citizens is sitting in that folder. You know, and the Social Security number is being used. So that's his effects. You know, and I didn't know to run Article 6. I did 4, a signal of passage. She jumped up and looked over her glasses. She got the biggest smile on her face, like she just won the lottery. She looked at the sergeant. He had the same smile. And he looked at me. They were waiting for me to run Article 6. I would have walked out of there with a black card more than likely. I didn't know what I was doing. My little brother called me. He said, man, remember when you was in court and you did Article 4? He said, man, read Article 6. He said, that's all I'm going to say. And I read Article 6. If a Moor brings a United States citizen, which is the doggone birth certificate, not you, to His Majesty and his effects, His Majesty will set at liberty. And if you read the rest of it, once it's set at liberty, it's American, and now you can claim all Americans' effects. You know, and it says at any port of His Majesty. So I was like, well, I'll be doggone. It's right there in our faces the whole time. And it's also another good read out there. It's called The 0%. This is by Duval Day. And he breaks it all down. And also he has templates for your explanatory statement to get your passport. And he also has your letter for once you get on the zero file to send to the IRS with your letter from the zero file, a copy of your letter from the zero file.
But if the IRS is being done away with in the United States Incorporated, is all this still necessary?
It's ERS. It's still, you just still do the same process. You just do it through the ERS. It's just. Oh. See, the ERS and the Federal Reserve basically been merged.
Okay.
Into one. Everything's now U.S. Treasury now. Everything. Yes. IRS is U.S. Treasury. The Federal Reserve is U.S. Treasury now. Okay. You know, and Trump did that on the 20th of December 2020.
Okay.
He set that in motion, and it kicked in on April 21st, 2021. That's when the IRS was locked out and all their codes were changed. And 33 IRS and Federal Reserve bankers went to jail. That was April 21st, 2021. You could go check your news reports and verify that one.
Sheik, what can you explain? Because I tried to explain this and I probably just didn't have a clear understanding.
That's correct, Chief. That's correct. Chief Mack is exactly correct. That's basically what I did.
The court is a corporation
yeah, because you do it through an SS4, you know. And you don't put down those Social Security numbers in certain places. So now, because you're creating your own new identity, you know, exactly, in the trust. It's just as Chief Mack said. He's totally exactly right. That's exactly what you're supposed to do once you proclaim your nationality. You know, plus I did secure party too, so I can't discharge bills and things like that.
You can or cannot?
Can, as a secure party, yeah.
So briefly, what makes us a Moor? And this is only if these are the indigenous autochthonous people that are Moors, correct?
You're born. Cherokee L, Choctaw Bay, Seminole Day, Creek Muskogee L, Chickasaw Ali. 5 civilized tribes of Washita, the Washita de Mundia. You know, all under the Constitution for the United States of America, North American Republic, which used to be the Iroquois Confederation Constitution. Same, exactly the same. They just changed the name. And that's all under I, self-law and master, under the 28-day month, 13 months in a year. All that operates just while the Statue of Liberty. She made a copper that represents the copper tone people of Ameri, copper, Ka, land, America, copper land, copper tone people of the land. And in culture, when copper oxidizes, it turns green. When green is alchemical for Venus, Venus represents the Black Amur woman. She sits at a 70-degree angle facing New Jerusalem or New Jersey. And before the Great Reset, she supplied etheric electricity to New Jersey and New York City. See, because remember, all those metropolises were there already, and they were operating off of etheric electricity. All of them. So just like the churches, cathedral, cathode. The top was a cathode. It received etheric energy and supplied energy for the church. Unlimited etheric energy. What they did, they took the cathode out and replaced it with a freaking cross. I can't get mad at them. They're just smart. You know, I used to get mad and get emotional. No, you guys are very, very smart. And you remember, we taught these people this. You know, we just have to learn what we taught them and use it, like I do, like Chief Mac does, like a lot of other Moors do. And you got these other ones run out here, and, you know, we call them passive Moors. All the property didn't bring that, Mo. All the property didn't, that's not a trust. Why is it filed in the trust section of the Cook County Recorder of Deeds under 1010-5905? Why? Only trusts are filed in the trust section, and you can't get around that. So the land is all protected already. That's why they went under the Torrance title system. But this Yarborough chick in Chicago, she didn't merge two offices that ain't supposed to be merged. It took everybody out from under the Torrance title system and basically doing what they want to do there. That's breach of trust. And seems nobody knows how to enforce it. Just like I served trust on the commissioner of the IRS. He didn't write me back and say nothing. He accepted his trusteeship like he's supposed to. You know, I sent a express trust to what? Secretary of State here in Indiana. You know, I've served trust on people. I don't play with you. I don't have time to talk. I'm not playing with you. You come at me, then you're going to get dealt with lawfully and legally. Legally is commercially, lawfully is private. You know, example, at law, don't go in the water. The water's cold. You'll get hypothermia. In law, you jump in the water. Hey, man, the water's fine. Come on in. I'm just giving you a simple layman example.
Let me ask you a question.
Lawful and legal.
Is Donald Trump working for the Moors? Is he working for the Morak, the empire that was here before we were overtaken?
Yes.
Okay.
You got to remember, he's from the house of Al-Kaluni. You know, and this is the Empire of Morocco. So somebody with a bloodline from one of these Moorish nations has to rule. Ben Salman, Trump saved Ben Salman's life in Vegas. That was a psyop, the shooting, to cover up the attempt of Ben Salman by his family on his life. Trump knew an attempt, sent in special forces, got Ben Salman out and saved his life. Once you save a House of Suad's life, they're indebted to you for life. So basically, that made Trump Sultan of Arabia.
Oh, I got chills. What?
You saved the crown prince life, and you got a Moor's bloodline from the house of Al-Kaluni. You know, example, Melania Melania is the last Romanov. The Romanovs is the actual ruling bloodline of Russia. She's the last Romanov. They snuck her out of Europe to save her life. They put her with Trump to save her life. Because she's the heir to Russia. The actual heir.
I know you're telling the truth. I feel chills all over my body, like the spirit is breathing.
These are facts. Ask Chief Mac. He'll tell you I'm not lying. Chief Mac knows exactly what I'm talking about. And a lot of other Moors out there, they know. It's real simple. So once this is over, she's basically going to be the queen of Russia. Once this is all done and said. Once it's all said and done and everything is signed and sealed, because that was the whole reason they snuck her out of Europe, because they were trying to kill the Romanov bloodline to have complete control over Russia forever. But they snuck her out and then put her with Trump. Military protects both of them. Now they can't do anything. He basically wiped out the whole Illuminati. He wiped out Illuminati, Council 300, Bilderberg Group, Western Central Bankers are almost choked out. He's everybody. All European leaders are dead. If you see them now, it's a clone or a body double. Guaranteed, they're dead. Nancy Pelosi, dead. Adam Schiff, shot by firing squad at Gitmo. All these people. Clinton, somebody at Gitmo poisoned him.
Wow.
Man, these people are dead. Hillary, dead. She hung there for 15 minutes before she died. Evil. That's evil. That's evil. That's evil. 15 minutes to die after you've been hanged with your neck broke. That's evil, man.
Yeah, right.
Ooh, boy. So it's like a lot of people, Gavin Newsom, they arrested him when he was in a coma from the COVID shot. He awoke, handcuffed to a bed in Gitmo in the hospital. He's dead. Who else? Gretchen Whitmer's dead. Cuomo's dead. A lot of them you see out there, because remember, Kevin Hart said in the interview, he got 4 clones. He said, I can't be in all these places at one time.
He sure did.
Nelson Monet said in an interview, I got 3 clones. And the interviewer said, well, how I know I'm not talking to the clone now? She said, you don't. I was like, oh, wow. So they got clones, man. Ain't no joke. Hillary was a soundbite 3000. You see her glitch? Yeah. Come on, man. That's a robot. She was glitching. What's his name from Kentucky? He freezes. The lady comes up and touches his wrist, and he starts back moving. I'm like, okay. Shaq, he glitched once. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
I'll put it in. I'll put the clip in the link.
Okay.
And they got Derrick Rose standing up there like this, lady putting stuff on him. You know, his microphone to go around his mouth, and he's just standing there like this, no blink. Remember Draymond Green? He froze during the interview after a game. Yeah. They right in front of us. We don't know who the clone is. They're like perfect. You already know Biden been dead. You know that we ain't even going there. You already know that's a robotic soundbite 3000 at the end of its life.
I got a question about Melania. First of all, her name sounds like melanin, but that's another story. She sometimes looked like she's protecting Trump. Like when he was signing things, sometimes, you look at her, she just doesn't look like
Remember when they gave, the flag that was given, that's the captured flag of USA Major. Okay. He presented him the captured flag saying, sir, we got them all. We got them all. And gave him the flag. And then she stood in front of him. Exactly. Just like in Egypt, if you look at a lot of Egyptian pictures, you see the queen standing behind the king, looking over the government.
Woo!
You understand?
Yes.
She's standing behind the king, looking over the government. You know, remember, woman runs the government, man issues out the law. That's I, self-law, and master. We've been living it under for years. Example, dad would come home, give mom the check. She take care of everything in the household, the government. And you get out of line, dad come home and tan that hide. Right. Now he just issued out the law. I, self-law, and master. The woman runs the government. The man issues out the law.
Okay.
And it's all under that 13-month calendar, 28-day month, 4 weeks in a month. It's all synced with Mother Nature. Remember that old? Now you remember this. We're about similar ages. It's not nice to fool with Mother Nature. And she, boom.
Yes. Lightning, thunder. Yes.
This is where we're at right now. Big Mama is ready to take her shit back.
You sound like Rod Hayes, Big Mama.
Rod, listen, man, that's why I understand everything he said, because see, York prepared us for all of this. So when Rod just speaks, I know exactly what he's talking about. Everybody, oh man, he's talking about blah, blah, blah. You better listen. You better listen. That man knows exactly what he's talking about. I can verify it. If I hear you and I know you know what you're talking about, I'm good. I know you're speaking the truth. I'm just here to verify the fact that he's speaking the truth. I'm here to verify that Chief Mack is speaking the truth. I'm here to verify these others who are out here doing their work, putting in their time. That's what it's about right now. We got to do our work. We got to put our time in, and Chief Mack does it, and Rod Hayes does it, and praise to the Most High to both of them.
Amen.
You know, and that's just I'm just being real. You know, I'm
you're doing it.
And you're doing it. I'm passionate because I care. You know,
can you speak? Yes, sir. Can you speak on what does that mean when you talk about the matriarch running government? Like, are we returning back to that, and what does that look like?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. What do you think when when Ron Hayes talking about Big Mama coming back? What do you think he's talking about? It's not nice to fool with Mother Nature. They fooled with Mother Nature, and now she's coming back and taking her dominion over this earth. This grid is about to lock back up, and we're going back into the grid that we're supposed to be under. They took us out, and those 34 satanic locations are all on ley lines. And once those ley lines are released, the grid locks back up to where it's supposed to be. All those pyramids used to create power. They're power generators. Okay. They were all linked at one time. You know, but this is, like I say, history, they took his story. His story, yeah. A perfect example. Saint Maurice was a Moor. Saint Benedict, Moor. This is their patron saint of Germany now. Saint Augustus, a Moor. Saint Aries, a Moor. Saint Nicholas, Moor from Italy. You know, that the Conference of Nicaea. That's when the Christian Inquisition started. That's when they said they took us out from under I, self-law, and master, and placed it with Christianity. It took us out from under the Julian calendar and replaced it with the Gregorian calendar. That's right after the reset. The reset was next. This was done first. All the popes went and decided to change Jesus from a black Hebrew Israelite to a European version, Bergoglio, one of them Pope's sons. Okay? And Pope Aries said, oh, not on my watch, but that's blasphemy and heresy. No. They kicked Aries out the conference and went on ahead and made the decision to turn Jesus from black Hebrew Israelite into a European Bergoglio son version, which they're going by now. And that was the start of the Christian Inquisition. And that's when they came over here, 15th century, right? Same time. See, all these time periods coincide with what they were doing. And once they came over and seen these metropolises, they seen New York was like, what the hell? And they seen Chicago was like, what? These are not savages. These people have high technology. Oh, man, we got to hide this. We got to destroy and claim the rest as ours, and we'll destroy it, and we'll create a whole new narrative. And it's what they did, Reconstruction. That's what Reconstruction is. They burn all the books. Now, all this history is in every state library.
Wow.
Every state library has everything that they deleted. They deleted it, but they gotta remember, they gotta make it available to you. Plausible deniability. They gotta make it available. Well, we made it available to you. If you didn't look in the state library, that's not our fault. You know how you know how they do.
Yes.
And so now we're basically just climbing out this barrel. Everybody figured out that we're not supposed to pull the next man down. You're supposed to create the line and climb up their back, and then everybody get out one at a time. We finally figured that out. As I think it was either Chief Mack or it was either Ron Haynes who basically said the same thing. On basically same context. So now it creates trust, creates a new identity. You know what I mean? Because now the time is going to come for you. You be able to use it and have everything that, because this is that Jubilee. You are going to get those accounts. It ain't no joke. It's real.
Everybody in the world is going to get riches or wealth.
Everybody. I mean, because you got to remember, this is the quantum realm. This is the God realm. Level playing field. Okay. Just like Marquishan Christopher and all those people that got locked up, those postal inspector judges that got locked up, they got to be released now.
He got locked up?
Yeah, they came at him. Instead of him not answering the door, he answered the door, and they rushed him. We was watching the live feed. They snatched him.
I was wondering where he went.
He snatched him. But now there's been just what is it called? What is it? Mandamus was filed. In ordering their, all the postal court judges that got arrested to be released. Okay. So it is about to go down. It really is. We just don't know when. Because we're operating under the what do you call it? The art of war. He's basically running the art of war against them. Remember I said yesterday, do not interfere with your enemy when in the process of destroying themselves. Just sit downstream and watch the bodies float by.
Yes.
So we're at that point now, watching the bodies float by. Because they're destroying themselves. And also they're exposing themselves. Because see, the My Kings is paying $200 to these people to destroy, loot, and create chaos, to supply them with pallets of bricks. They supply them with professional riot gear. This is organized. This ain't nothing random. So you get caught. The army already said, if you loot, we will shoot.
Yeah.
This is a note to all of what. If you loot, we will shoot. We had we had a martial law in Chicago after the riots in '68, and I just went up there to see the army guy, and he seen me, took a shot at me. I felt the bullet broke right by my head. I might not even have been here.
Ooh.
I'm martial law, stay your butt in the house. And follow the directions, Don't get out there and get in it. If you get out there and get in it, what did your sheriff down there say in Burgos County? What did your sheriff say? He said, if you throw something, he said if you throw a Molotov cocktail at our officers, if you point a weapon, he said your family will be notified where to pick up your remains, because we will kill you, graveyard dead.
Wow, they're not playing.
He said we will kill you, graveyard dead. That's what is it, Broward County?
Broward County, yes, Broward County.
Yeah. Yeah, he said it in a live interview. It's not. Florida's Republican, man. They're not playing that Democratic crap.
Do you know what the mayor said? I mean, the governor said. He said, governor Santos, if the people that are protesting rally around your car and won't allow you to
run them over.
Run them over.
Yes, Kia, run them over. It's real talk.
Yeah.
Run them over.
Run them over.
Now you know I'm old now. I say real talk.
Right. That's what we used to say. Real talk. Sheik, what are your thoughts on Trump's mass deportation? Do you think he's being racist?
No.
Why is he doing this?
No. Okay. Evidently, you open the borders to stack the fucking states because, see, this boils down to electoral votes.
Okay.
If you saturate an area with aliens who are going to vote Democratic, now that changes the whole demographic of the what is that called? What did I just say? I'm bringing
demographic.
The electorate.
Electorate. Okay.
See, it gives them electoral advantage, and electoral advantage win elections, not popular votes. See, if they stack the electoral vote with aliens in certain areas, we'll never get a Republican candidate in there. They'll rule forever. We'll be under mob rule, democracy or mobocracy, being ruled by a mob. Black's Law 4th edition. So democracy is mob rule. This is a constitutional republic. If you go in the army, they give you a little pamphlet. And it has democracy at the top and it has republic at the bottom. It explains the difference. Ask anybody to be in the army. They'll tell you. I'm not lying.
Okay.
Taj exposed this several times. You know, one reason why I'm good in law is because I listened to Taj and I studied. He came here, we brought him here, and he was here for like 2 or 3 days, and then we had a private session after the public session. Okay. And then he was asking questions. I'm answering everything. Everybody looking at me like, how the hell he know everything? Because I study. But the prophet told you study. Just study some more. And then when you get through, study your doggone self. He said that for a reason. You know, that's why I know what I know. I wouldn't be beating up on state attorneys and attorneys don't represent me. They don't. You know, I go in there, I told you, for a public record, I put my name on special deposit for future return with my interest. I'm the executor, third party intervener, only real party in interest, and I hold all equitable title in said real estate. The name called capital letters name. Real estate. Everything's real estate. Everything is a mortgage. They bankrupt. Everything's a mortgage. They're bankrupt. Stop it.
but I hear people saying, back to the question of deportation. You know, I have friends from different countries, and they tell me they're afraid and they think it's mean that Americans want them to leave. And
if you're illegal, we're not talking about legal aliens. We're not talking about them.
Okay. Right.
You're not thinking about no legal aliens. We're talking about the people who came over that border, who weren't supposed to come over there, and they didn't go through.
We understand.
Hold on a second.
Okay, take your time.
They didn't go through the correct process. So that's 8 USC 1323 and 1324. You know what I'm saying? As simple as that. Okay. That's United States code. You know, so if you're here illegally, you're just here illegally. I don't have no problem with them. I actually worked with some a couple of years ago. They was good people from Nicaragua, you know, but you were here illegally. And the guy from Popeyes was behind bringing them in. See, they were stacking that Democratic vote.
I see.
You see what I'm saying? They stacking these areas to get that electoral advantage.
Electoral, yes.
See, the electoral advantage is that's what we have to worry about. That's why he doesn't want them in here. You know, because if you get the electoral vote, we might win, but you got all the electoral votes and you win. Oh no, we're not having that.
I
We're
see.
not having that. We're just not. It ain't happening. Not on that man's watch. He's not playing with these people. Anytime you arrest 80 congressmen and then put them in the helicopters and fly the helicopters over the military parade, that's some gangster shit. Excuse my language. That's gangster. I'm sorry. You know, now I understand why Trump was hanging with the brothers in the club. He wasn't hanging there for recognition. He was hanging with them. Because he gangster. You look at everything he's doing, man. This man is not
straight gangster.
7 million executions behind the scene. Got a global alliance together with Putin, Modi, Al-Sadani, Ben Salman, Xi Jinping, and Kim Jong-un. Bolsonaro's behind this, and Malaya's with it. They're all a part of this global alliance. And together, they've wiped out just about everybody. You're talking about everybody, including Vril and Alpha Draconian. Everybody. We're going to get country. Everybody. They're gone. You know, or if they didn't, just like, remember when Facebook and stuff went down about a year ago all over the world?
Yes.
They cracked the Mother Draconian's code.
Oh.
And she had to pull her up out of here. She said, whoop, gotta go. And left them here to die.
Wow.
They hacked the Mother Draconian's code. And her code is what they were using for Facebook and the algorithm, you know, for all the social media platforms, basically.
Wow.
They had to go back into their archives and grab an old code and use that. That's how they got back online. Or they would have never got back online.
Now, are we going to get to the point where we do away with all that, you know, social media stuff, Facebook, Instagram, and all that? Do you think?
More than likely, we don't know.
Okay.
Because this is a new realm we're going to be stepping into. We don't know what. We don't know what's happening. All we can do is prepare ourselves the best way we know how. You know, that's mentally, spiritually, and financially. Silver and gold, as you always so eloquently say. You know. And Sister Anna, she's exactly correct about what she was saying. You know, about if you got sent back there, they're more than likely they're going to kill you. Or they're going to put you in prison. She's not the man. Everything she said was true. It wasn't no joke. That's real. So people, it's unfortunate for people who actually need asylum. You know, and I feel that the people who actually need asylum should get asylum. And then others, you know, who are criminals would be deported. But it's not my watch. That's my personal opinion. You know what I mean? From basically listening to Sister Anna yesterday, I looked at it from a different perspective. I said, okay, I understand that. Because I know some Nicaraguan people I've worked with that actually became good friends. You know what I mean? I went to one of their events and danced underneath their flag.
Wow.
You know what I mean? They respected me just that much.
That's beautiful.
They knew who I was. They said, well, we know more. You know, Well, you got to remember, in Circle 7, I think it's chapter 25, the prophet says that all of these Hispanic people here, they're all Muslims.
They're all what?
Muslims.
Okay.
We're Muslims of the West. They're Muslims from the East. We're totally different. We're under a totally different Islam. Hagael from Central America, Hagar from the Bible. She gave Hammurabi Bey permission to take I Self-Law and Master to the East. And that was about 10,000 years ago. And he spread it I Self-Law and Master all around Europe. But Constantine intervened and killed Muhammad. So he was able to do, and then once he raided the Egyptian mystery school in Egypt and found that Gnostic religion and said, hey, I could use this, control the world. I'll make some tweaks here. I'll tweak here, tweak there, and add this and take that out. Why you think in the Circle 7 we got the recent life of Jesus from 12 to 28? Or 12 to, why? Why do you think we have that? Because it was taken out, because everything he's saying in there is against everything they're basically pushing in these churches and so on.
Mm. So when the republic is restored, we will return back to the way the Moroccan dynasty used to be, or
we're supposed to. We're supposed to. I mean, we got. In other words, we got to sync back up with Mother Nature.
Okay.
We got to sync back up with Big Mama.
Mm.
As Chief Mac and Chief Ron Hayes so eloquently say themselves. Again, we got. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody was a Big Mama. Now I understand it. My mom used to go get all of them. She used to get the kids in the neighborhood, but she wouldn't just get the kids of people who were doing well, who established. She went and got the poor ghetto kids.
I did the same thing.
We'll play softball. I had a softball in the back. We used to go there and play softball. She used to sit up and play with us, And she used to do this all the time, and then spend money, take them, buy them all ice cream, do things for them. And I didn't ever understand it, but after listening to Ron, I was like, oh, she was Big Mom.
Big Mom.
She was Big Mom. That's why I know everything that I know. She taught me law and civics. She taught me UCC as a kid.
Wow.
She taught me all these things. I mean, she's. Wow. And then when I was 14, I went in Nation Islam. She didn't say no. My mom was Catholic, but she wasn't against no other religion. Because she said I'm a Moor. She said I'm just a Morisco. That's all. But I'm still a Moor. I'm like, okay. Because she was born in 21, and in 21 they taught kids law and civics in school, and they took it out when they went bankrupt for control purposes. Plausible deniability.
Wow.
The law is there. If you don't research, it's on you. That's their game.
Okay.
Plausible deniability, and that's what they've been doing all this time. We supplied you with it. If you didn't find it, it's really not our fault. That's their way to get out of it, basically. Any more questions?
Yes, I'm glad you asked, because people have been asking questions, but I wanted to wait until you took a breath.
I talked to you.
No. You are really educating us. Let me see. I had to express. I'm gonna get to the questions, but one of my friends who was researching homes that are for sale, and he started doing a deep dive, and he saw colleges, schools, courthouses, Masonic temples, hospitals, and prisons for sale on special websites. What is that about?
Exactly what I was talking about.
Okay, everything's been.
That backs up what I'm saying.
I was like, prisons,
think about it.
Just hospitals, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, see, the Masons are here to assist the Moors. My son, Muslim son.
My son.
They're here to assist us. But once the prophet died and the temple got infiltrated under Rex 84, they were left out there with no instructions. They're waiting for instructions from us.
Okay.
I'm just being serious. They're waiting for instructions from us. If we give them instructions, there goes that Incorporated.
Thank you, Sheik. Here's a question.
I don't deal with MSTLA Incorporated. That's an incorrect. What do you call it? That's an incorrect. What you would call it?
He asked us, "Do you know Brother Sharif?"
In other words, by them being incorporated, that's a 503c. That's not. I don't recognize them. I just don't.
Okay. Somebody asked, Sister Melissa said, "Should I pay my rent?"
Well, until the system changes, yeah. But there's also a way to do it with $1. And I do know the process. And if someone contact me, I will help you.
Okay.
Because there's a process to do everything. My brother just got $4,000 worth of bill discharged with $1. But it's one of those silver note dollars. Not with the blue seal on it. It has the information over to the left where the blue seal normally is, where a seal is. You could probably get them for like $7 a piece. And that you can use in my customer. And they're in a circle of about 4 or 5 of them, and they've all done it. He $4,000 with $1, and he overpaid the AEP bill, the electric bill, and they sent them a $67 AEP debit card. So that's my little brother.
Okay.
So the process does work, and I have all the information. Also check into that 0%, because he basically is telling everybody what he starts from the rooter and he goes to the tutor. From the beginning to the end, and everything he's saying in there is legit, because I know it. I was in the process of doing some of those things anyway. I was in the process of getting the trust done, like Chief Mack was suggesting, doing that. I'm doing it now. I just went and got my trust number with the 12679411099 number online. What you do is you pull up the law, the federal law that says it's illegal to ask for a social security number, and you read it off. Well, ma'am, it says right here, blah 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 blah. You can't ask for a social security. I'm acting on behalf of this foundation, so on and so forth. I mean, Mac will tell you, he knows. Chief Mac knows.
When I called the IRS for my EIN number for my foundation, I didn't know that I should tell them they couldn't ask. They were asking me for my social security number, my date of birth. And I was thinking, why, when I'm doing the foundation, I'm supposed to be operating outside the jurisdiction.
See, that's their way to make it domestic on the slide.
Okay. I need to correct that some kind of way. I don't know how, but I'll figure it out.
Oh, you could correct that.
Okay, I can. Okay. Here's another question, Sheik. Is there any way to get off of the FBI terrorist torturous list that Cleveland, Ohio placed Sister Michelle on unlawfully? They have hundreds of agents' business attacking her with electronic weapons and acoustics.
Oh, wow. They ain't doing her like they did me, except worse. They doing it like it did me, work just for me doing what I'm supposed to do. That's what really perplexed me. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Y'all just scared. It's simple as that. Yeah, all she had to do was do this process in the trust. Talk to Chief Mack. Once you get that trust and create that other identity, that's the end of that.
Talk to Chief Mack.
She could do a UCC. Like, say for instance, if there's a case, you could do a UCC 1 and a 3 on it. How do you think Trump got rid of that case in New York? He did. I got his UCC 1 and his 3. How he got rid of the case? They got to pay him 200 ounces of gold.
Wow.
For what they did to him commercially.
Wow.
27 CFR 72.11. All crimes are judged commercial. That's why he got rid of that case. He did UCC 1. He discharged it with a certain language. And I'll send you that if you need it. And you could use a UCC to get rid of any case, basically, because it's commercial.
So if y'all want to contact Chief Mack, email him to contact Chief Mack, they can email him at unityinmotion45@yahoo.com, and he'll help you with that process.
Because if you're already a secure party creditor, you could use UCC to get rid of any court case and get it off the docket. Once it's off the docket, you clear everything off the docket, they don't have anything. And then once you do the process that Chief Mack is talking about, you create your new identity, then you who is that? It's not me. I got proof who I am. It's just that simple.
Right.
It's complicated, but it's simple at the same time. It's simple because this is what you need to do. And it's complicated because nobody knows about trust law. Nobody knows about public or private, or that there's a difference. Like I'm a private American national. My private rights are not to be commingled with the rights of enemies, belligerents, and combatants in the public. Everybody in the public is a. Remember the movie with Will Smith? Everybody's public enemy number one.
Yeah.
Everyone. All United States citizens are terrorists. You're trading debts for debt during a Chapter 11 bankruptcy. That's treason.
Wow.
When you discharge your bill, it comes off the debt. They take that discharge money, they print that up as debt-free money and put that back into circulation. We're not doing that. That's why the debt's going up. Everybody paying their bills, committing treason, sending the debt ceiling up. When you discharge a bill, it comes off the debt ceiling. Imagine if everybody discharged their bill and then get that refund for that money. Look how much real debt-free money is now circulating in the system. It's not that the system was bad; it just wasn't used correctly. They just used it for evil. The system was there to benefit everybody. They said, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to make you the beneficiary, but we're going to be your trustee, and we're not going to tell you that you're a beneficiary, and we're going to just use your stuff to do what we want to do. Why is my Social Security account $3,782,641,000,000? Then you're going to try to issue me out some little change if I retire.
Right.
Seriously?
Are we going to get all that money?
Oh, it's already in the accounts already. Those accounts, all those bonds been liquidated. All this is over. They're done. Nothing can stop what is coming.
Okay.
Nothing can stop what is coming. This is a done deal. Everything is done. Starlink, Prometheus, anything they do, Prometheus goes and finds it, locks it down. Starlink, Prometheus, AI is not playing. They try to move gold down in Philippines and right there waiting for them. So anything they do, all their communications are being intercepted. They were trying to bring in EMP equipment to stop the GCR, and found that, stopped that. They know they were about to do an EMP over Oklahoma City, I think. Kansas City, one of those cities. Stop that. So everything they do there, they're waiting for them. So it's over. There's really nothing else they could do. All they could do is just they're paying these people $200, through My Kings to create havoc and stuff. And if you notice, most of them people are old European people. They're not young people. They're old European people. They hurting for money. They need money. And they just said, forget it. I'm a patriot, but I need money right now, so I got to do this. Imagine 200 weeks for 7 days a week to a poor man. You understand what I'm saying? You sit up there and you're struggling, you can't do nothing, and here it is, somebody offer you $200 a day. That's $700 a week for somebody who don't get that, who's not used to having that money, who can't do things, now can do things. So they're using people's weaknesses against them. They're taking the fact of a poor person and taking advantage of them, making them go out there and ride. But here's the thing: you riot now, they gonna pop you.
Yeah.
I mean, we're under martial law. People better realize that we're under martial law. Labor Code 100, Army War Manual 11.3. We're at civil war. This ain't no joke. You go out there and loot. Once this lockdown coming, you want to jump out there and jump. They were like,
so a lockdown is coming. I felt that a lockdown is coming.
Oh yeah, and if they loot, they will shoot.
Woo!
I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to sound cruel or any of that, but it's basic. If they loot, yes, ma'am. 11.3. Read it.
Look how thick that is.
Yes.
Law of War Manual.
That's right. You kill, you on point. I'm telling you. So they're not playing. This is a military operation that was started when Kennedy died. It actually started under Lincoln.
Okay.
And then when they assassinated him, they stopped it. Drew Ali picked it up where Lincoln left off at and took it to fruition. And then they got rid of him and it distorted everything. You understand what I'm saying? They basically got rid of him and distorted everything.
And then JFK. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
JFK was trying to do the same thing, get rid of the cabal. Yep. Yes. Okay. Have you met his son on my show? The guy that.
Yep.
Okay.
I have the video and I've been passing it around.
I don't know. Can you answer this? Maybe the ancestors can tell you. I have a friend. He and I try to figure out this. Why is it that he and I, his name is Ron Anthony, he and I have met JFK Jr. We met Princess Elizabeth. We met you, Rod Hayes, Chief Mack. It's like people that would not ordinarily come together are coming together, and it seems spiritual. Why is it that we're?
It is because it is spiritual.
Okay.
This is a spiritual and physical awakening. It's both. It's a combination of both. Well, see, just like you got operative and you got speculative. Operative masonry builds the bricks physically. Spiritual masonry builds your character. See, it was supposed to be a step to more in science, but Europeans got it and corrupted it and use it for evil. It's not evil. They just use it for evil. A cult is not good nor bad. If it's used for good, it's white magic. If it's used for bad, it's black magic. The masonry is good, but it's used for good, it's good. If it's used for bad, it's evil. It's just, that's how it is. You got ones that infiltrated these temples and then took over, and then they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. And their day is coming too. Their day is coming too. Because they're about to get instructions from us. Here are your instructions. This is what you're supposed to do. Now it's time for you to do your job. But that's what they're there for. They're there to assist. And they weren't given no instructions. Nobody knows what they're supposed to do. You have the Rex 84 destroyed Moore Scientific and got other people going on the Moore Scientific America Incorporated 503C. That's under Rome. What is wrong with you? Prophet said these are divine instructions, divinely prepared. That's private. 508Cs. Unincorporated religious organization. What is wrong with y'all? I mean, they can, for some reason, they just cannot understand it. And they continue to keep operating as passive Moors. That's a passive Moor. Doesn't do what he's supposed to do as far as his nationality is concerned, as far as what happened commercially. Imagine if everybody in the temple was a secure party and could discharge their bills. Imagine if everybody in the temple was foreign and didn't have to worry about their bills. They're on a zero file. You pay nothing. You access the system as these aliens were accessing. They're foreign. They were accessing because they're foreign. You domestic. You can't get no food stamps and all this stuff they were doing. You're domestic. Now you foreign. Hey, I could go down there now. Take an ID. Take that letter from DHS that says I'm not a United States citizen and get the same thing them aliens got because I'm foreign now.
Okay.
You know, you did my 8832, I'm on zero file. I'm foreign now. See, that's what it is. We have to move from domestic to foreign. That's part of what you do with your nationality. Proclaiming your nationality, having your ID card, great. But you still got to take care of that commercial side. You can't ignore it like it doesn't exist. And that's what a lot of these passive Moors do. Most respectfully and most humbly. A lot of these are good Moors who just are not understanding the big picture. Anything in capital letters is a business. That's basic UCC. So you're ignoring that? So you're ignoring the fact that your name is in capital letters. And that means that that's a business and you don't have no idea that it's a business, or you know it is and you're just in denial. There's three type of people, kid. Okay. One, you give them the information, they correct their lives to that information. Two, they'll say, yeah, that's true. You know what? Everything you said is right, but they'll continue to do the same thing. And then you got that third person, no matter how much referable proof you give them, how much anything that's factual, they will still say that that's a lie, it's heresy, and it's blasphemy. And that's what we're dealing with, that third type of person. And the second one. He's not going, the second one, not going to go out there and get into that stuff, but that third person, he's going to jump out the street, start looting and doing everything else. Plus, don't think they're not paying these people either. These flash mobs are organized.
I felt that. I feel that.
How is it they just run in there all at one time? They've been organized. This is one big, just like George Floyd, one big psyop. The guy that was on George Floyd's neck was the star of Cash Cab, Ben Bailey. All the cops were what do you call them? Crisis actors. The family was crisis actors at Floyd's funeral. That was a psyop to start the riots. Now, here's the thing. Why is it all these riots in 4 blocks of a Federal Reserve? You think that's a coinky-dink?
Ask that question again. What'd you say?
Why were all the riots within 4 blocks of a Federal Reserve?
Why?
They were stealing. All the funds that came up missing from the Federal Reserve, they can't account for. It was a psyop. That's all it was. George Floyd, the guy on his neck was Ben Bailey, the star of Cash Cab from the cable series. The whole family was crisis actors. And I'm like, y'all cannot be this dense. Evidently so.
Evidently so.
I'm like, it was a psyop.
So-called black folk was so mad at me when I said it was a psyop. Oh man, people were so angry with me. They called me a white supremacist and Uncle Tom.
I got the same heat. Trust me. These people don't like me right now because of what I said. It's a lot of people that don't like me that's probably on this call because I'm not exposing them. I'm just pointing out things that need to be done that aren't done. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm pointing out things that we need to do. Yeah, Floyd was sitting in his own funeral in a gray hoodie pulled over his head like this. Black coral is exactly right. Now I'm verifying black coral. I'm verifying black coral. Black coral, you're correct. He was sitting in the front in a gray hoodie with his head down like this. Am I lying?
Remember Stephen
Jackson played the role of George. Go on ahead, Chief Mac.
He sure
Bust
did.
him out. Bust him out.
Bust them out. And they had all these folk rallying and marching and tearing up stuff and acting
it
a
was
darn
all they
fool.
was getting paid. We didn't know they were getting paid. Now we do know they were getting paid. They got paid for all of that.
Yeah, they did. They destroyed Louisville, Kentucky, where I lived at the time. It was a blue city. I mean, they destroyed downtown. Downtown is still not operating. That happened in what, 2020? Downtown is still I think 60 to 70% is still shut down from all of the riots.
There are no shops in Chicago. See, I knew this was coming years ago. I left in about 90. I left in 97. Christmas of 97. I left and came here. I said, I see where this is going. Either one of these young boys gonna kill me, I'm gonna kill one of them. I better leave now. This is about to go to hell. I knew it was going to hell. I knew it then. I got up out of there. But some young boys that they got really disrespectful and started talking all that. You know who you talking to?
Right.
You would get unalived. Okay. I hate to say that, but I'm just saying, you know, when they were talking, when you talk like that, you're looking to get unalive. So time for me to go. Well, here's what happened. I was in the living room, and a voice said, "Your blessings are going to be in Fort Wayne, and you're going to be in Chicago." And I looked around, and I looked down at my cat. The cat's looking around. He heard it too. So I know it was a voice. So I got up out of there. And now I see why. Look at how Chicago is now.
Yeah.
I see why. Kia, I am not lying to you. When I look down and I see that cat looking around like he heard something too, I'm like, oh, well, see, this happened before. When me and my ex-wife were going to get the COVID shot in 78. I mean, not the COVID shot, the hepatitis B shot, which was laced with AIDS. That's what they passed it. That's how we got AIDS in the black neighborhoods. They did that. The hepatitis B shot, we were going to get the shot. And then voice, same type of voice. Don't go get the shot. And
let's speak a little bit. When we speak about that, let's speak a little bit in code because they will flag me.
No, I say, don't go get the thing. And then I looked down at the cat. The cat was looking around again. Say, White Sox. That was the original White Sox. I had 3 more White Sox after that. The last White Sox when the voice came.
Okay.
So that's not a coinky dink. Because he's black with white feet. So I call him White Sox. And I looked up and White Sox was looking around the room. I thought, oh man, the cat heard it. Told my wife, we're not going to get the shot. But we're not going to get the shot. And lo and behold, we lived. Because it was laced with something that was deadly.
Allegedly. The AIDS, so that's what really spread it?
Allegedly. Yeah.
Oh no, but it was a green monkey. No, sir. It was a green monkey from Africa because a black man was having sex with an African green monkey, and that spread the AIDS.
Misinformation. I'm telling you, they put AIDS in that shot and they passed it around. This is what they did in hepatitis. That's why when you go donate blood, they say, "Have you ever did such and such before 1977 when they gave the African smallpox in the vaccine?" Oh, same thing. They put AIDS in the hepatitis B vaccines and gave it to all the people in the urban areas, and that's how AIDS spread it in our areas. Oh, there wasn't that many gays like that at that time.
Sure wasn't.
78 was like a real small community, and they stayed with themselves at that time. You know. My mom knew a lot of gay people. She used to hear me bashing them. Oh, I'm so and so, blah, 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 blah. She sat me down. She said, listen, those are people like anybody else. You respect them, they'll respect you. She's I said, okay, cool. And I've been cool. I was homophobic. Now, that's your bit. To each his own, bring a rabbit home. That's your business. I respect you. I don't care. Just don't push like they were trying to do, push that agenda up. No. I'm against that. Any more questions?
Okay, hold one second. I just want to tell everybody, just in case they flag us, because he's dropping a lot of, Grand Sheik is dropping a lot of truth bombs here, and I've already had 2 strikes. If I get a third one, we're going to keep pushing. If they take down my YouTube channel, I'll have to start another one. However, I do want you all to go ahead and subscribe to my Rumble channel. I don't even have this live going on Rumble right now, which I should, but this live is being recorded. So go on over to my Rumble channel when you get a chance. I'm going to put the link in the chat. Subscribe to that just in case something happens to my YouTube channel so you can stay abreast of what's going on. You can go to rumble.com and then look for Dr. Kia Pruitt, DrKiA Pruitt, because you never know. We're at the end. We're not getting close to the end. We are at the end of the deep state, rule. So we want to stay in contact with you all just in case. So I do have a question. First of all, I want to make a statement about hearing a voice, and then I have a question about you. You were talking about hearing this voice that let you know that it was time for you to go to Fort Wayne because your blessing was there, but you were living in Chicago. Some years ago, I want to say it might have been 2016, 2017. I was sleeping on the floor of my humble abode at that time. And I was kind of distraught about all the things that were going on in the world and, studying about how, the New World Order, the cabal, the deep state, we were awake at that time anyway. And I felt, you know how you kind of go in and out of consciousness. So I don't know if I was asleep or if I was kind of like in another conscious state. While I was in that state, I saw these beings. They looked like humans, but they were all dressed in white. Many of them had locks, they were wrapped up in head wraps. The children were all around the room. I saw elders, I saw men and women, but the children were flying. And I'm looking like, am I asleep or awake? And they were flying all over me, right? The woman steps forward and she says, you've been worried about this new world order and about the collapse of the whole world. Stop worrying, because we are here to change all that. She said, we are here to make sure that the collapse of the world does not happen. And she said, and this is why I always say, raise the vibration. I'm here to raise the vibration. She said, you have been chosen to raise the vibrations of the planet. And you need to go and tell as many people as you can that the collapse is not happening, that we're moving to a new reality, that there will be wealth, that there will be joy, that there will be planetary peace. And I said, well, wait. I asked her, I said, why do you look like me? She said, why wouldn't I? I am you. And I said, oh my God. And she said, I said, well, who are you people? She said, we are the Falcons. We've come to stop all the stuff that she said, there are beings here that are evil. There are some good and some that are evil. The evil ones are trying to take down the planet, but we're here to
Gorgon. They're the Gorgon.
What's that?
The what you equate to the what do you call them? The Amazons.
Oh,
the women who are here to protect this earth plane.
Wow.
Chief Mac talks about that too.
When she said
Rod Hayes talks about that.
Change my. Yeah. I was already a positive person. I was already, known for being positive, known for having joy. But what she did was first of all, she said she was me. That shocked me. And then she let me see that I was different than a lot of people that I had been in contact with, and that I had a charge. And that's when I came on. I had already been on social media on Facebook, but my sons were like, Mom, you're popular on Facebook. You were told to spread this message. You need a YouTube channel. And that's when I started talking about what's going on. But it was it was amazing. It was amazing.
I do definitely understand. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, somebody, and I always wondered who the Falcons were, but who was this? Space Rice Crispy said the Falcon people were on Buck Rogers and
Buck Rogers 20%. I sure the heck were. I remember now.
Who are they, Space? I'm gonna have to look for that. I haven't found any information on the Falcons. They were on Buck Rogers. Okay.
In the 25th century, that's right.
In the 25th century? I don't even know what that means.
You could probably Google it on YouTube, it might come up. Okay.
Another question I have for you is, what is our relationship with the Philippines? I know they have gold there. Marcos, the president there, I learned from reading the book. He was actually a good friend of Ronald Reagan's. So
they were going to do this years ago, but they shot Reagan and stopped it then. See, Reagan was going to attempt this too. He was on the same thing. That's why they tried to assassinate him. He had to chill. And Trump was the next one to do it. But then the military said, we're totally behind you. Military's want to contact him to run. Because this is their continuity of government from 1963. These are the 77 generals that built up to 200-something generals. They end up building Q. Q was about 809 people put together for communications, intelligence, and so on and so forth. Like Odin, Project Odin. Odin, operate, detect, identify, neutralize.
Oh,
that's what Odin means. That's what Project Odin is. Right now we're under Project Phoenix. Phoenix rising from the ashes. The Republic rising from the ashes. Project Phoenix.
Okay.
So you got to look like phase 1 is going to be the vault lockdown. Phase 2 is going to be no relocation. Phase 3 is going to be financial severance. Basically, we're in phase 3 now. The irreversibles handoff of the global control from the oligarchy to the QFS. This is going to be the dominant architecture. See, this is we're in phase 3 now.
Okay.
So they know it's going down.
It's going
Literally.
down. Wow. Wow. Hmm.
It's definitely going down. Any more questions?
Um, I don't see any more questions. Any more questions, family? Anything else you want to talk about? uh, Sheik.
The virus is allegedly in the thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's in the thing.
Mm.
Perfect example. RFK Jr. His voice was perfect. He took a flu shot, and that's what messed his voice up. That's why he's so advocating trying to get rid of the vaccines, because it messed him up. That's why he talked like that. The vaccine, the vaccine. He took a flu shot and then messed him up. He's been messed up ever since. So he's a huge advocate for the elimination of these vaccines. They have no purpose. We got med beds now, 6,000 new cures. They don't need for this stuff. Everybody, we need reparations. Everybody about to get reparations.
Everybody.
So stop it and get on the plan. Be part of the plan. Don't get caught in and be caught up in the sauce, so to speak. Because you get caught up in the sauce, they roll you up and they eat you. What's that? I don't know what it is. Flu. Basically, don't get caught up in the sauce. And we're at that time now. It's about choice. And the choice you make right now is going to determine what happens to you in your future. I mean, it's just that serious. And I can't. The importance of this is monumental. That's all I got to say.
It is. People want to know, how can they get in contact with you? Do you have a amazing?
Yeah, you can contact part to my estate email. The Federal Record Company email. Ice Cold Records LLC at Gmail.
Wait. Okay.
ICE KOHLD is spelled the German way.
HLD. Okay.
Records LLC at Gmail.
Okay. I'm gonna put that in the chat. And family, in case anybody wants to send him a gift, you see it, the ticker running down here at the bottom. That's where you can send him a Cash App, but I'm also going to put it on the screen for you. 1 minute. His Cash App is to support Grand Sheik Amir.
Any donation will be appreciated. Any donation will be appreciated. If it's a penny, I appreciate it.
$ T-Bone TBIZZY 59.
That's my music name.
Oh, T-Bone T Busy 59.
Yeah, my artist name. Put it that way.
And I'm also, family, for you all, I'm going to put his email address. Somebody said you should teach a class on how we can claim our nationality.
Well, I can help. I mean, Chief Mac does an excellent job, but in 0%, basically dropping some of the same information. But I can help.
Okay.
I have a library. And here's the thing: I do things that I don't charge nobody nothing. Everybody says, "Man, you stupid, man. You should be charged." But no, I'm not gonna. No, I'm not. I'm just not. Okay. If you want to donate something, thank you very much. But I'm not charging nobody nothing. Man, it's like $1,500 worth of information. So that's just me.
Yes,
my grandmother sent me. My grandmother from Kentucky, Princeton, Kentucky. She's
okay.
From Princeton, Cherokee, more from Kentucky. And she would see a man walking down the street, and he looked like he was raggedy, he was hungry. She says, "You hungry?" She says, "Yeah." She said, "Come on in here." She'd sit up there and fix him a whole meal. And she'd go up there and take a bath. Then she'd go in the closet and pull out a suit that looked about his size, and then here, put this on. Go on and shave. And then when he done, say, "Yeah, you look nice. This is my husband's old suit. My ex-husband's old suit." And she'd give him $20 and send him on his way. And I just sit there, it's like, wow. I was like, why'd you do that? She said, because he needed it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh wow. So she was the original Big Mama.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when we had family dinners, everybody came to our house for dinner. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
She make that big old meal with all this food.
My grandma would do the same thing.
We had 3 sets of silverware, 3 sets of plates and stuff, you know, wet bar and all this stuff. And we were in the hood, but we would we had money and we just like rich people did, but we never acted like that. Nobody ever knew what the heck we had. We had a white baby granny in the living room, 64 vanillas. That neighborhood was beautiful. Wasn't nobody but Moorish Americans and Jews in our neighborhood. We had a symbiotic relationship. Praise is due to Muhammad Elijah Muhammad, Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He put a book out, Secret Relationship of Blacks and Moors.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Blacks and Jews, right? Or was it Blacks and Moors or Blacks and Jews?
Blacks and Jews. That's what he put on the book. Now the book, he talks about it, and proof is in my neighborhood we had a black optometrist. His name was Joe Giddy. Used to be Count Basie's drummer. He came up with the symbols with the little ribbons in him called sizzlers. Mm-hmm. He was the optometrist. He was a Moor. We had a Moorish optometrist. We had a Moorish pharmacist. We also had Rexall and Walgreens, but we had all Moorish businesses. All of them. We had the Chinese, the Kims and the Youngs had the cleaners, and then the Cantonese had a restaurant. They're still there. And then the Kims and the Moors in the 78, by 78, they sold all the restaurants and they went into clothing. That's why you see all these Asians in our neighborhoods. Those are the ones that used to have the cleaning, the cleaners. You know, we used to go get our clothes dry clean all the time.
Yep.
Once the social structure dropped and the bottom fell out, the urban neighborhoods, all that went. So Youngs were about to go break, so they had the money they didn't went and bought clothing stores. They got sweatshops in Korea making the stuff for cheap. And here we are. Go ask Korean, can you put one of your Moorish products in their store? They go tell you no. You know, just like when Africans come over here, they don't mess with, they call us Aka. You know, descendant of a slave, Aka. Listen to a movie with Wesley Snipes in it. He wanted to do business with the Africans. He was doing business with the Italians. He said, yeah, we would do business together, so and so. He said, no, we don't do business with you. You Aka. He said, Aka. What the hell is Aka? What the hell is Aka? The movie is called Red Something. I can't think of it. With Wesley Snipes. And they touched on that during that movie. Yeah, they call us Aka. When they come over here, they show them a movie of more American people doing violent stuff, rioting and doing stuff. And they tell them, don't mess with them. Stay away from them.
Yeah.
Don't mess with them. See what they're doing.
Speaking of us,
program them when they first come in here. Do not mess with us. They program them that way. And I was like, oh wow, man, we really fighting an uphill battle. You know. Yep, we're at Red October now.
You know, I was on campus. I used to work on campus, and there was a student. He was an international student. He wasn't African. He was from somewhere else, but he was lost. And my son and I ran into him. He was like, I don't know how to get to, wherever he was going. And we were trying to direct him. And he said, oh, no, I can't go in that direction. I said, why not? Because they told us you can't go anywhere near certain people. I was like, the people that look like me, I said, you do realize you're lost. And no. I said, nobody else would help you. He said, no, nobody else. I said, and you're talking to one of them people they told you to stay away from. You do realize that, right? I said, there's nothing dangerous about this area that you got to go through there to get to your home. And it wasn't even a rough Black neighborhood, but they were told anywhere near us, they're supposed to stay
away. That's correct. They're not telling you that's exactly what they do. Told me this. One of my friends from Africa. They're not African. In other words, you got nationality, right? Your nationality is Nigerian. They're from Africa. They're not African. I was with a Senegalese friend of mine, and he already had some friends he knew, and they were introducing him to me. Mm-hmm. I said, he's not African. Oh, yes, he is. He told us he was African. He said, no, I just said that because that's what you understand. Mm-hmm. He said, I'm Senegalese. That's my nationality. I'm from Africa, but I'm not African. They were like, I said, ask him. Don't take my word for it. And they asked him, and he told them. Sugar Hill, that's it. Right on, Jelani. Hola mina. Jelani, hola mina. Yes. Sugar Hill, that's the name of the movie where he has to do business with the African. So I know business with you. You Aka. You Aka. You son of a slave. Aka. Descendant of a slave. That's what Aka means.
Aka.
Yep.
That's sad.
That's how the Africans look at us. They look at us as Aka. Not all of them do, but majority of them do. Mm-hmm. Got to remember, they know the truth. They know we ain't come from over there.
They told us.
They know that you're at tribal leaders selling their opposition into slavery. They take them from the north and put them to the south. Take ones to the south and send them to the north. That way you give them a up-down syndrome. See, the north is south. We're in the north now.
Okay.
In north is south and south is north. We suffer from top-bottom syndrome.
Okay.
Top-bottom syndrome. That's what most people are suffering from. If you move somebody out of a certain geographical area they were born in, there's a vibration connected to that area.
Okay, yeah.
If you move them to another area, they're not connected with that vibration. So they're disoriented. Now we can control them easier. Now we can make them do what we want them to do.
Wow.
They've been doing it for years. And it's called top-bottom syndrome. They reversed everything. Look at a Peters projection map. Now you want to see how big things really are? Europe is really small. There's not as many of them as they say there are. Look at the Peters projection map. Look how big South America is. Look how big America is. Look how big Africa is.
Check that out.
And look how small Europe is. That's a real map. If you try to go somewhere and use that map for navigation, you're going to get lost. You're going to end up somewhere else. For example, if you're getting property, you get it surveyed under DC Meridian. Otherwise, they're using another meridian and your property, say for instance, you live on the shore of California. Okay. And you got yours under that other meridian. You got your property to survey. Your property is out in the damn ocean. So you use DC Meridian. Have your property surveyed. Under DC Meridian, it's right where it is. And you go 5 miles down and everything on top. 5 miles down and everything on top on your quit claim deed. And you go get the original land patent from the BLM, Bureau of Land Management. You get that DC Meridian and go get that BLM, attach that quick claim to it, county recorder, boom. Then if you got a passport, take your passport card down to the county assessor's office and say, hey, I need you to take my property off the tax books. And they will. Simple things that nobody knows to do. So you take yourself out of the jurisdiction every chance you get. And Chief Mac got the process. Once you do the trust and you create your new name, there it is right there. Your name ain't connected to this system. It's your name. And you got an EIN number for your name now.
You have another, thank you so much. You have another, I don't know if it's a question or a statement. Chief Fayawata. I always love seeing you here, Chief. She says,
Chief is correct.
In the Caribbean, it's the Syrians, Portuguese, and the people that they now call Indians from another land who control everything.
That's correct.
Recently, it's also Chinese and Taiwanese. Oh my God.
Yeah. They coming in buying up everything. That's basically what they were doing. Just like China was doing, buying up all the farmland so they could put this GMO food out and kill us slowly.
Now, is all that going to end? Will the people in her area in the Caribbean, will they have to leave? All these people that's buying up the land of Taiwanese and such? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, and everything's going back to the indigenous. You know what I mean? Yeah. And just that's why everybody down there basically have to do what we're talking about. You know, do your trust, create your new identities, pass it around. Everybody in your tribe down there, everybody that you know. You know, get everybody on the page. This is a global movement. It's just not just here. Yeah, why you think they're actors? Exactly. Gratitude, King.
They come over here and copy us. And you know, a lot of these entertainers who have taken over like the music industry, they're not even us. They're African. They're like Akan, what's his name? Akan, a lot of them, these singers, they're not Americans. Say again?
Terrence Trent D'Arby is an example. You know, he went and said that I can't stand Americans. They can't do nothing for me. Boy, that's what ended his career. Wow. They don't care nothing about us. They emulate us. You know, they'll sit up there and talk. They'll talk like this all day long. Hi there, kid. Talk to kid. How are you today? Yeah, see, okay. And then they'll turn around and talk like me.
And they'll sing like you too, sing or act like you, but off camera.
Or better.
What'd you say? Right. Oh, better.
Like, wait, Caribbean Queen. Perfect example. That's a perfect example. Billy Idol. Terrence Trent D'Arby. You know, they just emulate us, you know, simply, you know, it's a whole bunch of groups. Go down. Everybody go down. They're from England. And that's from a hit from back in the day. I can't think of the name, but Loose Chains or something like that. I think that's their name.
Let me ask you somebody, okay, they're talking about a loyal title here.
Yeah, the colonial title, the DC Meridian, your quit claiming everything 5 miles down, everything on top, all that goes together. County recorder, boom. Then you get a certified, exemplified copy of it that you will use if anybody wants to, blah, blah. That way, anything jump off, you call the sheriff, get these people off my property. Sheriff, do your job, and the sheriff has to protect you now. And then you took your passport card down there and took your property off the tax books that way too. So now, sheriff got to protect you now. See, remember, the sheriff is collecting taxes from your property because you never correctly redeemed your property. When you correctly redeem your property, you don't pay taxes anymore. Don't get mad at the sheriff. He's holding your property for you till you correctly redeem it. Just nobody knows how to correctly redeem their property. They never come and get it, and they just take it and keep participating in usury.
And we still have to go through this, even though our republic is being restored. We still have to.
Well, you got to remember, you got to undo what they did.
Okay.
You know, once we're under, everything is done. And they've been retrained. All you got to do is just go file your stuff and it's done. Nobody's going to come at you and say anything because you're doing what you're supposed to do. And everybody we're at the point where we have to do what we're supposed to do.
Okay.
And that's proclaiming your nationality, set up your trust, set your foundation up, get your new name, and file your 8832 and get your tail out that system. Oh, my email would be I gave it to you already, right? Okay, cool.
No you problem. Did. I'll rewrite it. And it's in the chat, family, but it might be so far up by now. I'll rewrite it.
No problem. And you contact me. I'm not going to charge you for nothing. Just a donation if you feel like it. It's as simple as that. I'm not asking for nothing.
But I would ask family that he just asked for it. Please do send him a blessing, because what happens is sometimes when you don't charge people, they'll keep calling you over and over and over, asking for a lot of questions, taking up a lot. And I understand, but some people will take up a lot of your hours.
Oh yeah, trust me, I know. I help a lot of people,
Okay.
And I give them the best advice that I can give them. And if I
Okay.
can't, I'll direct them to somebody who can.
Yes, sir.
I just don't charge. That's all. And I
should,
but I don't.
I understand that,
because I'm trying to make this information available to everybody.
and we definitely need it.
And we're at that time right now.
Yes.
Where the lion and lamb has to lay down under yonder fig tree together. We're at that time now. All the hatred, all that. Put it to the side. Take care of yourself. Get yourself in move yourself from domestic to foreign. Put yourself in the right thing.
And email him Ice Cold Records. Let me do that again because it's kind of too close together. Okay. Now somebody said something about mineral rights, and I want to speak to that because
that's why you say on your quit claim deed 5 miles down, everything 5 miles down, that covers mineral rights and everything on top. Because see, a lot of times you're coming in, you're taking and they'll come and tear everything off the top. Well, you got your land, but they're not going to let you keep the house. Just like some guy here did it, a European. He did 10 pieces of silver, no problem. And then they came and tore the house off the top of the property.
Wow.
Because on his quit claim, he didn't say for everything 5 miles down and everything on top.
Wow.
Yeah, he got the land, but it was just land when he got it. There was no property on it. It was a nice house on it, too. They tore it down. Leveled it off and everything. I was like, oh, wow.
Now,
so I was tricks. Go ahead.
The government owns a lot of land, particularly out in the West. They're calling it public property that includes gold mines and rare earth mineral mines. I'm not going to get too much detail in it because we talked about it with my private group, and I'll drop the link in there if you want to be a part of the private group. You can see what I talked about. But my question to you is, what makes that government property? Because they may have stolen that from, indigenous peoples.
That's something to investigate right there. I mean, that's an excellent question. That's an excellent question.
Okay.
Because that money, then it might belong to a tribe.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
They might have took. We don't know. So if that tribe is still there, they could probably come and claim or make a claim. But, we don't know what tribe is in that area or what the process was. We don't know what was done. But yeah, exactly. You pointed out a very good point.
Yeah, because what's being discussed now is that they're saying that people might be able to have an opportunity to invest in those mines. Okay. And the guy that brought this out equated it to the Homestead Acts when they literally, the government gave people 160 acres of land to settle there for $18 and some for free because they wanted to settle. And I'm like, how do you I know that land was taken from Khalifa, the queen.
Queen Khalifa. That's right. Queen Khalifa of California. Queen Khalifa.
They just gave 160 acres and they said right now that land would be worth $900,000 at least.
At least.
They just gave away to people for free or for $18 at the most. It upset me really, honestly, because I'm like, people could just uproot and go move to the Western frontier, settle it, and have 160 acres, to me, of stolen land. And who knows, they may have even had people to come from other countries.
Oh, definitely. You got to remember, San Francisco was a metropolis already.
Okay.
Los Angeles was a metropolis already. Seattle was a metropolis. They created an earthquake and covered up the original city underneath Seattle and built another city on top of it for what we built. The only thing left is what down there in Florida, what y'all got. The Moore City down there, that's all that's left. And the major metropolises like Chicago and New York, though, they're still there. They were there before the Europeans got there. That stuff was there already, man. They got it. DuSable was like, oh my God. He said back east there was a metropolis like it was in New York. Well, if it's one, it's probably more. Then that damn. Why you? These people had no technology to build on buildings back then like that. Not the European. We did, but not the European. Most respectfully and most humbly. They didn't have the technology. They just took it and adopted it and said, okay, now we know how to do this now. Yep, land patent, that's correct. You just attach that what do you call it, a DC meridian to it, and you'll quit claim 5 miles down, everything on top to go with that land patent. That's correct, Chief, right?
Yeah, I tried to tell my friends, I tried to tell the Soul Tribe that there was a gentleman in Cleveland, Ohio, who bought his land with gold. And for some reason, I didn't know how he was able to do it, but now you explained it. They couldn't fly over his land, over his property. They couldn't dig underneath. They couldn't.
Landlocked.
They said he owned a whole block.
Somebody here did that. I just looked on a map. There's some place called Gordon. Somebody that figured it out. We got a little small city inside this city named Gordon, and it's really, really small. But somebody did something. More than likely, they probably did your land patent there and took that land. But that DC meridian will put your property exactly where it is. The other meridian will have yourself 2 or 3 doors over. You know, DC meridian, boom, where it is, where it was surveyed is where it is.
Now, if you're ever interested in having a private class, we'll talk about this offline. It would be, we could do a private class, but I would ask people to give you a donation or pay, and to teach people, how to protect their property or whatever, change their status, whatever. I will submit to you that could think about it. Because we are moving to a time where we'll be operating in our sovereignty. We're going to have a lot of wealth with NESARA and JSARA. A lot of people here on this channel own currencies, foreign currencies, and they need to protect that.
Yes, definitely.
So now, what do you, to that end, what do you think about the foreign currencies? Do you think that's real, or are you not involved, or how do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, right now, it would be good to buy dong, dinar, and bolivar. Okay. You know that already. I do. I don't have to tell you that. You know this already.
Yes.
You buy dong, dinar, and bolivar, and hold. And buy these stocks and hold them. Because when they shoot up, it's not going to be anything nice. As my mom used to say, it ain't going to be nothing nice. Man, it's going to be some people that went from zero to rich, just like that. Just off of your investment. When you go to a redemption center and cash it in. You don't cash it in the bank because they won't give you the correct rate. And we already know that. So you do it at your redemption.
Okay.
At your redemption appointment. When you go in there and they scan you, get your vibration, and then you sit down and get all your questions. Bring your social security card and bring your birth certificate with you too. So you got them, bring them with you to your appointment. Bring everything you got, you trust everything. Bring everything with you. You got some corporations, like I got this non-for-profit. I'm bringing out all that stuff with me. Because see, the non-for-profit is basically my humanitarian project. Is to be able to teach kids music, how to read, how to play music, how to write music, how to produce music and record it, and things in the music industry. Just like I've been in the music industry a long time. I've traveled Europe with Buddy Guy. I played with Dizzy Gillespie. I played Sonny Stitch tenor. I played Sonny Stitch tenor. Richie Cole, friend of mine, Richie Cole, let me play Stitch tenor when we was in Holland. You know, I played with Dizzy and Nice and Grand Parade do Jazz. You know, I know all them guys. Clark Terry, and me and Jocko were best friends. Jocko Pastorius, bass player, before he passed. You know, we were real good friends. I'd stay away from this dude. This dude started too much cocaine. I'm like, no, I can't do it like that, man. I'm old. You know, I can't do none of that, man. That dude was a good guy, though. Real good guy. Beautiful person. One of the best bass players I ever seen. You know, my cousin is Louis Satterfield. He played trombone with Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, okay.
He used to have trombone player, dark skinned guy with the kind of fro. That's my cousin. That's Louis Satterfield.
Oh, okay.
You know, my family, we got a little name a little bit, you know.
That's good.
Well, my grandfather was a black Irishman, came over from Ireland in 1983 when they burnt down all the technology and replaced it with what they wanted, you know, in Chicago. The Great Fire in Chicago, the Great Fire. That was just destroying, you know, our technology, what we built, and then they kept what they wanted and they founded it. Means they found it. They founded it.
They founded
like
it.
The churches, you see, the church was founded in 18-something. That church was there already. Y'all found it. You ain't built nothing.
They founded it.
They found all that stuff. They found Chicago and New York. Oh my God! But then they started going to the other city. They found San Francisco. Oh, let's get the metropolis of these hills. Oh my God! They went to Seattle. Oh, another one. Oh, they just built all over. Then they destroyed it and kept what they wanted and created this false narrative. So we've been living this construct called the Matrix. Here's the Matrix. It's a construct. And now we're learning to plug out, to get sent down the drain to Zion. Hey, don't get no simpler than that. That movie broke it all down for everybody. It wasn't no science. Remember, these people tell you it's science fiction is truth. They tell you it's truth in science fiction.
And that's
reverse symbolism. Their thing is reverse symbolism. That's how they control. Just like the up-down syndrome. They take you to the south, put you to the north. Take you to the north, take you to the south.
People want to know, what about the Zim? We mentioned the Dong and Dinar. What about the Zim? Zimbabwe Zim? Do you have any? Okay.
Yeah, because they're back by gold now. You know,
they sure are. They sure are. I just put up a clip of me saying that earlier today.
They're back by gold now, man. Everything is just about back by gold now. Everybody joined BRICS. Uganda just joined BRICS. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And that's monumental. See, Uganda, when Idi Amin told the country up, and eating his opponents and all that old sick cannibalistic nonsense. You know, he destroyed the city and it never came back after that. Because before, Uganda was a paradise, man. It was a paradise before Idi Amin Dada tore that place up.
Wow.
It was a paradise. I mean, I can't explain it. It was just that beautiful. And after that war, they tore it all up. And now it's about to recover now. Because Uganda's on BRICS now. They're on the gold back. It's going down. Nigeria, the same way. They're on BRICS now. They got gold back currency. Everybody got his own land patent hooked up. It's probably, you know, the real, Hey, Chief, definitely. I definitely would love to take a look at that for real and put it to use. Because I got land in Chicago that got taken for taxes, and it didn't have a mortgage on it. It was the will to my mom, and my mom passed, it goes to me. So I want to go back and claim my land back there in Chicago. 6429 Ellis. That's our land. You know, and I'm definitely need to get with Mac about that, to get that land patent and get it filed down there and get my land back. Before they try to build something on it, if they ain't already built nothing on it, because I haven't been there in years. I don't know if they built something. When I last time was there, it was just fenced off. There's nothing built there. But I already know this some Christian pastor got this church over on Dorchester buying up all the land. And then you get money for the people in the congregations. Then they're paying you rent from the land that you own, for the property that you own. That's just, it's okay to get huge profit, but it's wrong to make outrageous profit. That's wrong. Nothing wrong with huge profits. Outrageous profits, that's just wrong. This dude's making outrageous profits. So I would love to go back there, man, and teach people how to take back their stuff. Take back their property. Get land patents on your property. Take it back. Take it out their hands. And do it legally and do it lawfully. That way you covered on the public side and the private side. Legally, private side, lawfully, public side.
Here's a question for you. Do you know if we need the star on our ID to enter into the redemption centers?
I'm not sure. Go Cash Patel on Telegram. Okay. He basically broke down the process. Go to Cash Patel on Telegram. Okay. His page. He breaks down the process. That's what I was talking about. Phase 1, the vote lockdown, that's happened. Phase 2, no relocation, that's already happened. Phase 3, we're at now, financial severance. We're in phase 3. This is irreversible handoff of everything from them to us. There's nothing can stop what is happening now. That phrase is there for a reason. That's why it says Israel is last. Because remember, Israel ain't even a country no more. They're not a country. Their lease expired 31 October 2023. So they've been operating as a rogue nation since then. You can't re-register yourself with the same name after bankruptcy. You can't do it.
Okay.
Each time the United States did it, they did it under another name. And this is their third one. There's no coming back from this. So there's only 2 governments now, the territorial government, as I said earlier, and the republic, which has been restored now. So now it's like, as Chief Mack so eloquently said, man, got you, brother. Islam, I'm not just hearing you, I'm listening. Yes, sir.
People ask where they can buy dong, and I said 100trillions.com, any currencies. GreatAmericanCoinCompany.com, BanknoteWorld.com, SafeDinar.com, or you could just Google online currency dealers. And so you can find some of these also on eBay.
Yes,
so it's
sir.
in the chat.
I'll be definitely contacting Chief Mack about the land pen, but I think the one he got is like ironclad.
People are asking me.
I know him. In other words, I know of his work, and I know what he does, and he, he's the real deal. He doesn't play around.
You talking about Chief? You talking about Chief Mack?
Yankee, yeah.
So if you want to get in contact with Chief Mack family, his email is Unity in Motion to help you with your private trust so that you can operate outside the United States jurisdiction. Unity in Motion 45 at gmail.com. People are asking, are they really going to let so many people be rich, through NESARA currency holders? Are they going to, and why would they let us be so wealthy?
Well, you got to remember, the people all the way up to 44, the ones who have to work, but they only have to work for 15 years. So everybody after that doesn't basically have to work unless they want to.
Okay.
Got you, Chief Mack.
But why would they let so many people be rich? Because if we're all rich,
this is the quantum. This is that 1,000-year jubilee that the Bible speaks of. This is it.
Okay.
See, once we reach 80% consciousness, that's when the all stepped in.
Oh.
See, the all is behind all of this.
Okay.
The energy that runs everything is behind all of this. It's that, Remember what I said before, the grand architects of the universe, she divided her 28-day cycle up into 4 equal parts of 7. You know, we're talking about that feminine energy that's coming back. Big mama coming back, so to speak. You know, it's that time. All the tribes are coming together, and all the tribes are behind all of this. Everything that's happened, we're behind this. There's no Europeans behind this. They're helping. They're doing what they're supposed to do. Those are those Masons that we done gave instructions now. They're doing their job. See, they're doing their job. They're doing exactly what they're supposed to do, what they've been instructed to do. They know what they're supposed to do. You can't do nothing until you get instructions. There wasn't nobody to give instructions. And all that's changed now. You know? Everything's changed now. We're at a whole new precipice now. You know? Thank you.
You're welcome. So here's another question. I've been contacted by someone that I know, and they were saying, you know, we need you to sit in on a seat as a judge for the republic that's about to be restored. And I said, of course, I'll do it. I haven't been contacted for meetings like some of the others, and that's been the issue with the some of the brown ones that's been asked to serve. But that's another question. Some of us have been like, we don't know if this is the real republic they're asking us to work on, or if there's already a republic in place. Do you know if there's already people operating in the republic?
Well, to my understanding, Anna von Ritz has something for its American National.
Yes.
American State National. Now, I know of her.
Okay.
You know, and also there's the United States of America Republic. And they have information in IDs and so on and so forth also. So they might both be legit. I don't know.
We don't know.
I know Anna von Ritz is because she's going under the Civil Peace flag. You know, that's what she's operating under. And there was a state assembly before there was a government, and she's basically established a state assembly in all 51 states now. You know, I talked to her. I talked to her on occasion. We have meetings where we're all on Zoom.
I love that.
We discuss different things concerning the incoming public.
Oh wow! You know, I saw a video of her in 2022, and I do have it on my Rumble channel, where she said that all the gold has been put forth to pay off the debt in America and Australia. I said it in 2022, and you know, people were like, "Come on now, kid, you sound crazy." Because nobody. I was like, "I'm showing you what Anna von Reitz said," but they didn't know of Anna von Reitz.
The White Dragon stepped up and cleared out all the debt. The White Dragons, the one that's behind Queen Cog 999.
Okay.
Princess Elizabeth. Right.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yes. Okay.
You know what I mean? I knew who she was before Alfred did.
You did?
Y'all, you gotta remember, York broke all this down to us.
Wow.
And I was one of York's main students, man. I was all under him all the years. I annoyed him because I asked too many questions.
You talking about Malachi New York? The one that they put in prison? They said they put him in prison?
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to be in New York studying with me and Holloway L, who's the Grand Sheik of my temple. Holloway L, me and him. You know, he teaches Nuwabu also at the temple. He also teaches how to write hieroglyphics. He knows how to read and write hieroglyphics. Holloway L. Call him Tammuz. Yeah. He can read hieroglyphics and write them. You know what I mean? So any of those hieroglyphics, he knows exactly what they say. And he can translate them. Just like York was the only one to translate the Sumerian text. Him and Zachariah Sitchin and Credo Mutwa.
I remember Credo Mutwa, the South African. Yes.
The South African shaman, Credo Mutwa. Those three are the only ones that know how to read the Sumerian text. And he was the only Moor who was alive, who knew how to decipher the Sumerian text. And he basically taught it to us in his teachings.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I just want people to see that we've you talked about Princess Elizabeth out of the Philippines. I've interviewed her a few times. She is the trigger. She is the key that holds a lot of the wealth in the Philippines, and she's shown me proof. Y'all got to go to my Dr. Kia Pruitt channel.
All those trusts are under her. She's over the Solomon Trust. This is real.
King Solomon.
Yeah, she's over all these trusts. She's about to release.
Saint Germain.
Yeah, in other words, she's the representative of Big Mama to release all the funds.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You got to remember, son in all capital doesn't necessarily mean man. If you look through those definitions, there's a definition that says female.
What?
You know, that's one of those definitions that says female. You have to keep going through them. Google puts the ones they want up there for you. You just got to dig a little bit until you find the correct one. Then once because that's what I did when she was on there. I went and dug real fast. Son could be female. So they were looking for a male to kill to take over all the trust. And they missed it. It was a female. It was her. You got to remember, like she said, the real Queen Elizabeth was taken out and replaced with the reptilian. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? When she's the one had the daughter, and that daughter is Princess Elizabeth. It is what it is. I mean, these are things I knew about this stuff years ago, and everybody looked at me like, "You crazy? You don't know what you're talking about." Blah, 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 blah.
Wow.
Okay, it'll all come to light one day, and it's come to light.
It's come to light.
When she flew over here for the Philippines about a couple of years ago, and resided down in Texas. I knew then. I said, "Oh man, it's about to jump off." It's happening because she's over the Rodriguez Trust. I knew she was over the Rodriguez Trust a long time ago. I knew it. But when you do your research, you know what you're supposed to know. As long as you do diligent research.
And she comes from royal bloodline on both sides, her mom and her dad.
Yes, that's correct.
She showed me her father's last will and testament, I think you call it. I was like,
you see, she got the Ring of Solomon?
Yes.
Come on now. I mean, she got all the three things. She got the tattoo on her foot, she got the mark by her heart, and she got the ring. That's the three things that says she is who she is. So if anybody's questions about she's not who she is, you're not paying attention. You're just not. You're not paying attention. You know, and the whole thing is this is awakening. It's time to claim our estates. You know, the prophet, he talked about this. He said, keep your last name because it's going to be connected to your estate. Did he not say that? Yeah. He said that. He's going to get rid of your last name because it's connected to your estate. So now we know to take over the state. You do your 8832, then you do your SS4, and you do it correctly. No social security number, so you end up with your own social security number. There it is right there. That's it. That is it.
It says Al on the end of it. I can't see love.
Al means female.
Oh, like
Al is feminine.
Wow. That's Princess Elizabeth's ring, family.
Yes, Al is feminine, man. That's it. All those mean something. Those words have significance in accordance to what's going on right now. Yes, that ring right there. That's the ring. Yes. That's the ring.
Wow.
So she's the real deal, man. All of this is real. It's, anybody that it doesn't come to the point of realization that this is real, then you just live it in your own fantasy reality. They created for you the construct, and you cool with the construct. Remember, Morpheus said, Morpheus. Morpheus said, some people are not ready to be unplugged. Some people are cool with this system. Frank Zappa did an interview. He said they create functional ignoramuses. If you're just good enough to do a job, then you're going to be all right. So you got a society of functional ignoramuses.
Yep.
That the education system that created. That is her.
Gorgeous.
Yes, ma'am, that is definitely her. She is the real deal. She is it. She's Queen Cog 999. That's her code. And that code opens these trusts.
Whoa.
That's the code to open these trusts.
Wow. You've been so helpful to us. Thank you.
This is what I'm supposed to do. I was put here to do this. This is what this is my obligation. My obligation is to humanity. And my obligation is to help follow humanity. That's why the prophet is holding the woman in his arms. He's got his foot on the rock of salvation, and he's got his other foot in the cares of the world for those who want to come out of the darkness into the light. It's all allegory. And you know your allegory, you figure this all out. Just like the chapter where Jesus talks about, he says, my brother, man, you got it wrong. Heaven is not a place of meets and bounds. It's a state of mind. He said, Allah did not create heaven for man. He didn't create hell. He said, men are creators and create their own. So stop looking in the sky for some blah, blah, blah. He said, reach down deep inside and pull those riches up. Then he tells the parable about the man who barely could feed his family off the land. Then another guy, a miner, came by and said, brother, if you dig down deep, man, it's gold and minerals down, you'll be able to take care of your family for the rest of your life. 666. 16 is your zip code. The second 6 is your social security number. The third 6 is your passport number. You turn the 6s upside down, they turn into 3 9s and pull the wealth up. Queen Cog 999. It's all allegory.
Wow.
And that's in the circle 7. If you know your allegory, you'll be able to pull these stories out and make the comparisons and get the correct understanding. Well, they think they don't want you in that circle 7. Just like I was in the county here for something, I won the case, but they just forced the authority on you. You know how they do. As soon as I went in there, circle 7 wasn't in the menu. Bible was in the menu, the little tablets. When I get in there, circle 7 pops in there all of a sudden. They know who I am. They knew who I was. And it was all over a stupid ticket where somebody tried to force their authority. And then the Jew who was on intake, he looked at me and he looked at the trooper. He asked me, let me see your ID. I gave my ID and my national ID card and gave him that. He went over there and got in that trooper face, man, like this and pointed at my ID and pointing at him and pointing. Then I had a braid with 7 beads on it. He said, why you got 7 beads on your braid? I said, because it represents circle 7. He folded his arms and looked at that trooper like, you idiot. They know who we are. These Jews here treat me the way they're supposed to because they know who I am. They say, oh, more came back. They'll work. They're not doing it. They found out who you are because remember, the Jew is not our enemy.
Okay.
He's not.
Okay.
That was tough. That comes from Nazi jihad. That comes from Adolf Hitler, Al-Amin Husseini, the dirty Moor, who came up with the fluoride and chloride in the water and the gas chambers to kill the Jews.
Wow.
And he came up with this corrupted form of Islam to hate the Jew. Then Otto Skorzeny, he taught this to all the armies, most of those Islamic armies. And most of those Islamic people, they taught them this radical form of Islam. If you talk to anybody that's been from Islam, they tell you, that ain't part of our doctrine. That was perverted. Go on YouTube and Nazi jihad. Type in Nazi jihad, it'll pop up. It'll be the second link that's on YouTube. And it breaks it all down. And you go see Germans marching with feds. It's all. When I see it, I'm sitting there like this, like, huh? Yeah. So they came up with the preferred form of Islam to get rid of the Jews. That's why they passed it through all. Just like if you notice, we got a base in every Islamic country because we're an Islamic country.
Okay.
You know,
That's what came up. Islamic Jihad and the Holocaust.
Google Nazi jihad, and that's not the correct link.
Google.
They
Okay.
do their little tricks to keep you away from it.
Yeah, they do. Okay.
Google. Matter of fact, I'll give you the link. Give me a second.
Okay.
I'll Google it and I'll put it in there. Yeah,
Family,
they
thank you.
try to hide stuff. Here it goes, right here. I'll put it in the link. Where you at? There you go, right there.
Okay.
Yep, there it is, right there.
Okay, I see in the private.
That's Nazi jihad.
Okay.
And it breaks down everything, and now you understand. In other words, this is Hitler's dream come true. They're using Hitler and Al Husseini's form of radical Islam to take over the world and bring in the new world order.
Here it is.
This is Hitler's. Hitler died down there in Florida at the age of 104. He's the oldest man in the country at that day. Now, 2004. When he moved from Venezuela, he moved to Florida. He was down in somebody's neighborhood, probably waving them every daggone day. That's it right there.
Okay.
Yes.
See
how when you put it up there, it didn't come up?
Yeah, it didn't. I put the link in the chat for you, family. It says Nazi jihad. You Googled this or you put it on YouTube? How did you get it?
No, I just Googled it.
Okay.
I know where it's at. So when I Google this, it comes up as the second link.
Okay. And you can watch it on YouTube. Yeah. Okay. All right, family. I put it in the chat for you all.
Watch it on YouTube. You have to just type in Nazi jihad on Google and then look for Nazi jihad, just like it is at the bottom here. And it'll be on YouTube. That's your link.
Oops. Family, if you have enjoyed this presentation so far, I'm going to put the Sheik's Cash App to send a donation to him up here on the screen and on the chat. But right here, it is at the bottom of the screen. It's Cash App, $ T-Bone, T-Busy 59.
That's the year I was born.
Oh, 59. Okay. I'm gonna put it up. You're not on, your camera's blank for some reason.
I don't know what happened.
You're like, that's enough, y'all.
No, I don't know what's good.
Here it is. It's on the show. Here it is. That's his Cash App. If you've enjoyed the show so far, we have 1,009 people in the chat. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video. This has been a very informative video with the Sheik. Sheik Amir is in the house. Chief Mack is in the chat. He's been sharing information as well as some of you sharing information and intel back and forth. So we appreciate you, and we appreciate any blessing that you could give to the Sheik for pouring out his heart, teaching us about law, civics, history, herstory, and even talk to us about the RV, the revaluation of currencies and global currency reset. He validated the fact that Princess Elizabeth is the true trigger that will trigger trillions of dollars and inject them into the global economy. He has encouraged us, inspired us, and lifted up our vibrations on this wonderful high holy day, Friday, or we call it Friday. So let's give him a donation, family.
Blessed holy day. Blessed holy day.
Blessed holy day. Blessed holy day. I don't see any more questions. I'll look through it. I don't want to keep you too long, Sheik. They're saying they love that.
I'm not one of them, you know.
What'd you say?
As long as you got time, I got time. I'm not one of them.
Okay. Thank you. Who is this? Sheila Perkins, who's a member of our Soul Tribe. She says, our Silver Soul Tribe group, love you for bringing the Sheik on. This has been very heartfelt information.
Gratitude.
Brother Donald Muhammad says, excellent show. Hopefully you can have this brother back on. Brother Donald Muhammad, thank you so much. You late to the party. Oh,
Brother Muhammad.
Brother Muhammad. Muhammad up here. This one.
Islam Donna Muhammad.
Mm-hmm. And thank you, Queen D, for being a new member of our Silver Soul Tribe, where we talk about investments and other intel. Thank you so much for joining. Dothis in the house says, thank you for your time. People are just so grateful.
Much gratitude.
Some people are on the watch list. Oh, this channel is blocked on, the channel is blocked in Canada, or maybe it's the YouTube channel or this channel. We don't know. Some people are wondering, go ahead.
I might have to end this because somebody's at the door. So
okay. Well, we thank you so much, Sheik.
Well, I come in love and I leave you in peace.
Thank you, Sheik. We love you so much. We appreciate you, all your time. Thank you.
I appreciate everybody there who's listening. I love you all. Thank you.
We love you too. Bye-bye. Family, let us know what you think. Wasn't that amazing? Wasn't that just a blessing to have a Sheik to come on and share so much information with us about what's really going on behind the scenes, who President Donald Trump is, who his wife is. She is what he said, a Romanov, which some of you have heard that before, the last bloodline family of Russia that's supposed to rule Russia. She will be the queen of Russia when this is all over. He talked to us about how the republics all over the world will be restored, and as well as our freedom and our prosperity. Just so much is going on, family. And he told us that this wealth is happening. We all are about to be very, very, very wealthy. He also talked about living in a private. And speaking of living in a private, Chief Mac, if you're in the house and you want to say something about how the people can contact you, or if you want to give any final words as we wrap up this podcast, I put the link in the chat for you, Chief Mac. This was amazing, wasn't it? I don't know if you're still here, but you're welcome to come on and share with the family your final thoughts about this and how we can get in contact with you for our private trust, because the Sheik backed everything up you've been saying and said you're the real deal, and he's going to get with you so that you all can do some work together to help liberate. So he had to go because the Sheik had to go because somebody was knocking on the door. I heard somebody knock on the door. Chief Mac, you are being summoned. The people want to hear from you. So if you are in the chat, I sent the link and I'll send it to your email as well. I don't know if you all can tell, but okay, my screen had frozen for me a little bit. Hopefully you all can still see me. Let us know what you think about this, family. What are your thoughts about the podcast so far? Who is this? You have the best people on your show, Pauline said. Thank you so much. You're welcome. And thank you so much for the kind words. I appreciate that. Victoria, Canada's government is full of poop, Gerald says. All of our governments were. Jordan Maxwell talks about Zachariah, Anthony Hood said. You're welcome, love. Love is grateful. You're welcome, H2 Mello. He said, thank you to the Sheik. It was a powerful message. I agree. What were you notifying me about, Victoria? Sister Victoria, I didn't see. Black Coral says, thank you. Peace, family. Let's see. Wow and wow. I mean, the information that he shared. Oh, I didn't know my son tried to call me. Oh, my goodness. I'll call him back in a minute. Just let me. Hold on. All right, family. Chief Max said he is going to come on briefly to answer any questions about, how to live in the private, how to get in contact with them for your trust. I do have a Wise account. Yes. Yes. And I just did it because, I think Gold Star Mother Susan Price told me about it. And she said, that's a way where you can get certain things. If y'all know about Wise, you know what she said. She told me to do about it. So, yes, this was such a truthful and enlightening show. So, family, here we go. I am going to bring on Chief Mac. Hi, Chief.
Greetings. Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you. I'm gonna step aside for a minute, get some water while you talk.
Okay.
Okay.
Sheik gave some beautiful information, man. We definitely enjoyed this information. A lot of stuff that Sheik talked about, Robert Rod Hayes talked about. We're just bouncing off each other, and we just just let us know that everything we're saying, we're right on course each other. There's maybe a little difference here and there, but guys, it's a beautiful time to be alive. And I've been saying that for the past 3 years because I was seeing what was going to happen, and we're going to get our redemption back, our inheritance. And before that happens, there's going to be some turbulence. So we got to make sure that we love each other and keep each other lifted, protected, and guided, guys, when the turbulence happens. But I'm going to be going a bit deeper into getting the information to you guys on how to live in the private, because I'm not going to be doing this for much longer, because there's an inheritance that's coming. And when that inheritance happens, I'm going to be gone. I'm going to be gone setting up foundations, getting things prepared for me and my family, because I'm not just doing this for me. And guys, we want to be in position so that we can break the generational curses off of our families. And that's what this whole thing is about. It's about taking the people that's been talked about, ridiculed, persecuted, defamed, mocked, teased. And that's the so-called melanated people. But for all people that's going through something, we'll be able to break those generational curses off of our family first. So I heard the Sheik was talking about operating in trust. When you have a trust, I realized that a trust is pretty much you starting a new identity, because you get a new foreign EIN number, and you let them know that you are living. You're living. So the trust is going to start that new identity. And for those that have gathered trust from me, I want to be trying to put a class together on really going into depth and detail on how to operate in trust. About almost 2 years ago, I was able to go into court, and it was just for a traffic ticket. I was able to go into court, and because of the certain documentations and paperwork that I have on me right now, I put on the court case. And then, so when I went to court, I got all that paperwork recorded. I took that to the front and had that paperwork recorded in the system. So when I went to court, I brought that same paperwork that I had them to record in the system. I brought that with me, and I gave that paperwork to the clerk of courts, because the clerk of courts is actually the head person in the court. The judge is just a referee. And handed that paperwork to her. The look on her face was priceless. It was priceless. And I was the last person in the courtroom because they knew I was coming. It was priceless. And so there's no need to go to court nervous, scared. You go to court and you operate in honor. So I wanted to be in honor. So she looked at me like she saw ghosts, and I smiled. But by the time I walked up out of the courtroom, I never heard back from them. That's been almost 2 years ago. And once you are solidified in the system that way, they are careful how they deal with you. They want to, once you solidify yourself in the court system like that, they're careful how they deal with you. The actual person doesn't have when they say, "Could you pay for your crime?" They're not talking about you, the real person. It is all, since the court is a court of karmas, they're always after your estate. You have to shut that estate down, because if you shut that estate down, then you are of no interest to them. Now, there are ways to go about doing that, and that's a whole nother topic that I don't really even talk about on here. But it's all about coming out of minor status to the age of majority. and they have no answer. This is why you don't see the police or anybody bother the rich and the wealthy, because the rich and the wealthy have done something that they don't care too much about the regular people knowing. You don't see them put over a Bentley or Rolls Royce. You don't see those cars put.
You don't.
No.
Wow.
You ever go into the courtroom and seen a rich and wealthy man in the courtroom? It's a waste of his time. Have you seen it? No.
No.
Why? Not see that because they have shut this state down.
Wow.
It's so simple to me right now. So simple. And they paid these private attorneys to do certain paperwork for them to shut this state down. Now, I hear certain people saying, and that's okay, I don't argue with nobody, that the reason that I charge to do this information because that's a lot of footwork. And I would be slammed busy and booked if I didn't put a charge to this. I'm like an attorney too. So that I have time to help you guys and deal with you guys, then I'm worthy of my hire. And I would have to go up there and get a job, and I wouldn't be able to help you guys. I would just be able to take care of myself and my family. So if you want stuff done, it's to get something, you got to give something. And I'm not trying to be on the phone with just any and everybody. I want to see I'm on the phone with serious people. And I'm going to tell you something. When you have the knowledge, the wisdom, and understanding that Rod Hayes, myself, and Brother Sheik has, then everybody's not for you. They're not. They're not. People don't like the information that you give out. People are jealous and envious. Say, oh, he thinks he knows this. She thinks she knows that. And I'm not trying to be on the phone. I'm not trying to give my energy out to everybody. I'm not trying to be on the phone with everybody. I'm not the smartest man, but I will say I'm a pretty wise, smart man. I'm a pretty wise and smart man. So if you want to get this, the trust done is for starters. For those of you, you want, the Sheik was talking about status correction. I got my status changed. I did myself. I've got my birth certificate, my BC authenticated on the state and federal level, which makes you full faith. There are other people out there saying that you don't have to do it. I did it.
You did it.
I want to become full faith and credit and have a number, and the birth certificate for the federal level is going to come on bond paper. And the thing on bond paper carries weight. And up there that says full faith and credit. And once you get that number, you put another series of numbers behind it, and you Google that, you'll find out that these people have been using our states to build houses and commercial property. I found it out. All in Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana, that they use our estate to build houses. They don't use their own money, so you should have a problem with that.
Wow.
So I got that. Once you get your BC authenticated on the state and federal level, now that goes with the paperwork of you getting your birth certificate, of you getting that diplomatic passport, which makes you an American national, takes you out of citizenship with citizen in, and puts you on the detained list. I've done it. Then you start your trust. And preferably, I was doing the foundational trust, which give you a foundation and a ministries, meaning that you don't pay taxes in an honorable way, because you are giving back to the earth of helping people. Foundation. And you want to have a foundation. Why is that? The reason that the rich have a foundation and they give to each other, because that is a benefit toward each other, because they take care of it. When you have a foundation, you give to one other foundation, it's a benefit to you both. So how about if we have a foundation and we give to each other, we can keep the wealth. Now it is our time. We keep the wealth amongst each other. Now it's up to us to get these homeless off the streets. It's up to us. And this is not just about us. So the Creator is giving us an overflow so that overflow means that you can help out somebody else and not even miss a beat. You can have your millions in the bank as a principal and live off the interest without even touching the principal. So when that day happens, and we are open to overflow, which it is coming.
It's coming.
It's coming. Then we have to be purged and get rid of all the hate, envy, malice, and jealousy out of our heart. Why would you be wealthy and have that still in your heart? Because if it's in your heart and you come across any wealth, you're going to take yourself out of here. I operate in honor. I try to do what I say I'm going to do. because I know that everything we're doing, guys, we're being recorded.
You're recorded, absolutely.
Everything we do. And I keep on telling you guys, think it's a joke. When you deal with me in honor. If you call my phone and talk to me with evil intentions in your heart, I'm going to ask the creator to take you out of here. Don't talk to me on the phone. You got evil intentions on your phone, on your heart toward any of us. And I speak an ancient language, and I'm serious about it. Don't talk to me on the phone. Don't call me at all, period, unless you want to be righteous.
Unless you're righteous.
On the phone with me with evil intent in your heart. So if you want to move to the next level, get your trust. No, it don't take no attorney to do a trust for it. No, the rabbit got the gun, and we got the bullets to go with it now. I've helped so many people get their trust started, and people flown to Atlanta and went to the bank that I got my trust opened up and got it opened up the same day. Sometimes there's a bit of resistance when you're trying to get paperwork recorded on the record in the town that you live in, because they're gatekeepers. I've got told no so many different times, and I know that no doesn't mean right all the time. It just means not right now. So I have gone to the same place over again. I got turned down by the same bank that I went to, and then went to the same bank in a more affluent area and got my trust opened up right away. Okay, and the bank that I went to was in a so-called black neighborhood. So don't deal with those banks in no black neighborhood. I'm sorry about that.
You said don't.
No. You get dressed up, take a shower, grease your skin up, get your hair done, smell like fruits and berries, and you go to a high-performance bank in the area where there's more affluent people with. And that's why I got my trust open right away. When I went to the black bank, they said, we record your paperwork in. We'll let you know in about 2 weeks. 2 weeks pass. I go to the bank in 3 weeks to get told these are 7 different reasons why we couldn't open it. Which is, I knew was hogwash. I went to another bank in a lower affluent area where there are baby boomers there with these $5, $10, $15 million homes are, and got my trust opened up the same day.
Wow.
You don't take no. I got to get my paperwork recorded at the Superior Court. They told me I went to like 7 different places to try to get paperwork recorded. I didn't do it. I went out to the car, had a police ticket on my car. I prayed about it, talked to the Great Spirit, cleansed my heart. I went up there about 4 days later with expectation and got my documents recorded. So much to the day right now, I have favor that I take other people's paperwork to get it documented and recorded for them. People can't get paperwork recorded. They send it to me. Of course, they pay me because I don't work for free. There's gas, there's parking, there's footwork. So people send documents to me that I can't get on the record. That's favor. That's favor. So if you want to get these things done, guys, let's go. Let's get it done. It's better to have things set up and in motion and not need it than to need it and not have it set up and in motion, guys. I have it all done. There are certain people say, I'm not pushing paperwork, and we respect that. But for me, they unalive us on paper, so you have to go in there and resurrect yourself and become a new creature by the paperwork. Okay? So it don't have anything to do with Sunday service and worship. Sunday service and worship is the problem because it's the soul trap. Get you to get baptized. And then take a baptism paper and send it over to the Vatican, where they trade you all over again and put you underwaters all over again. And it makes sense that now we found out that most of these pastors have joined the 3-letter crew. People, agents for the system.
Agents.
So you see that religion is about to fold. That's about to happen. So that's why you started hearing all these things about your Bishop Jakes, your Joel Osteen, your crypto dollars, all that. I said this about 7 years ago that Christianity was on its way out because we predate all religions. We predate them. I'm sorry, guys. If you want to know the truth, we're going to give it to you. And it don't feel good in the beginning. And this is not to the other nations of people. You just need to know the truth so you can know how to be according to the Great Spirit said that for anybody that had a hand in our demise, you're going to pay for it. Because we are the Jews. We are the holy people, the ancient people of the whole world. And we just want righteousness, not just amongst our people, but for all people. For all people. I want happiness and homeless the end for all people, not
Yes.
my people, for all people.
For all people.
We are,
Absolutely.
we are special people. So we are people that love not just our own, but all people who want the righteousness. So, Dr. Kidd, you put out my information there. If you want your trust done, we can get
Okay.
it foreign EIN number. I said this, that the trust document is your body without a soul, the paperwork.
Hmm.
The foreign EIN number is the spirit that needs a body. So when you take the foreign EIN number and the trust document, which is the body without a spirit, and put them together, you start a brand new soul, a living being, an entity that they have to recognize because the courtroom can't handle a live living person. So they had to turn you to a corporation, which means that you are a corpse. And corpse can't, even when you're screaming. Why? Because you're underwater and they can't hear you.
Wow.
Born again, become that new man and that new woman. Purge your heart, clean your heart from unrighteousness and repent from all the evils we've done. Then you talk to your brother. And I'm grateful that the Great Spirit gave me the understanding, gave me the knowledge. And it came with pain because I've been talked about, persecuted, ridiculed, and that's what happened. But I can handle that because when it happens to the righteous, just the opposite happened. So, go ahead.
Sheik said when Sheik mentioned it to a financial advisor, they were talking against opening up a trust.
Of course, they're gatekeepers.
Mm.
You're supposed to know.
Okay.
You know what the trust does. Because you know that the social security number wasn't given to you to benefit from because it don't belong to you. And the all cap name, which happened a month or two after you were born. They started a trust in your name when you were born. Then they unalive you on paper, created the straw man. So when the real you go get a mortgage, a car, or credit card, they benefit from that because those are securities. They securitize your wet signature on a document that you think is a contract, which really is an implied trust. And you can express who you are in that trust, so they put themselves as a grantor over the trust by default, becoming the beneficiaries of that trust of all of the proceeds that should be going to us. And we're going to get that back one day soon. Your credit card payments, the documentation, the car loan, the documentation, your mortgage, all that are simply implied trust, which is the hidden contracts. It's a security. Even your police ticket is a security. I went to the court system and pull up every ticket that I've received in the past 10 to 15 years, and I saw like about 4 of them in green, meaning that they're still pulling from that security. So it's the rabbit hole right deep. I'm so glad that we are waking up from the slumber.
Amen, Chief. I'm glad too, and it seems like the tribe of the people that's waking up, it's starting to happen. More and more people are awakening now, and I think it's thanks to like people like you and me and the Sheik and Rod Hayes and Asir. Like we are speaking in truth and in honesty, and you have been very consistent in this message, like coming on the show consistently. More and more people are starting to realize that you need to and you can legitimately operate outside the jurisdiction of the government. So I appreciate it. I appreciate you.
We all are. We're all feeding off each other. We're all bouncing off each other. And this is why I've been saying what a beautiful time it is to be alive.
Yes.
So, I say this because words are so powerful that your own words can take you up out of here. Because tip of your tongue. So you be mindful about what comes out your mouth. So I say that I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am rich. I am protected. I am guided. I am happy. Say these things. Speak them. Look yourself in the eye, in the mirror, and tell yourself that. And don't believe it. Know it. Because the belief be in doubt. Say these things daily. What a beautiful time it is to be alive. If you're unhappy, say, I'm going to be happy. Because there are people sent to be monitoring spirits in your life to try to keep you sad and bogged down with grief. They don't have that control over you. Only you have that control because you give life to whatever you hear. You give that life. So speak positivity, speak health, wealth, prosperity, protection, guidance over your life. Speak it. because I've done these things.
Mm.
I've done it. And no weapon formed against you shall prosper, people. None. You are that saving salvation that the Creator put himself within you to save yourself. Through free will, you have that ability. And nobody has that. You can save yourself from this situation by your mustard seeds and the faith that you have and through speaking words of fruition to happen in your life. You have it.
Amen. So one of the things that Sheik Amir said is that, like, we're like what you've been saying, we're living in that time right now, and he can see that our wealth will be released very soon. And I know we've been saying that, but it looks like we're closer now than ever, honestly, with all these nations joining BRICS or the Shanghai Corporation and America moving towards the gold standard, you know, and we can see the cabal being removed. I reported yesterday or the day before that Democrats were being arrested. There are several, it's all over not all over, but you can Google it. Democrats are being arrested right now. So we're living in that time that the Bible has spoken about.
Yeah, that's true, Dr. Kier. And also, too, a lot of the stuff is staged because these people are so cocky to the point they would make up a lie about themselves being unalive or going to hell to simply run underground.
Ah, I see.
They're too prideful to say, well, we got to give it up. You guys won. So that's too prideful. They got to make up a whole story about they're in jail. There's this. Let me tell you guys something. Puff Daddy, R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, none of them set 1 foot in jail. I'm sorry. All of that stuff is psyops.
What?
Stop allowing them to toy with your emotions and treat you like sheep. Stop it. They're not in jail. Why is that? I know that because when you operate on the private sector a certain way, you know that all of these celebrities are set up in the same capacity that I am set up. They're not citizens, and citizens can't go to jail.
Good point. Wow.
They're not set up in the capacity that we are, and all of them have access to their trust account.
Huh.
Okay, then? And so they have to keep us inundated with foolishness through social engineering, psychological warfare by the military industrial complex. They have to. They can't have independent thinkers. Stop giving TMZ and that idiot box the attention that they need from you to take your inheritance from you. I know better. Ain't no George Floyd died or that Black Lives Matter is ran by George Soros, and the three ladies, the so-called three ladies that started are men. That's too deep for you guys to handle. No, Kobe Bryant ain't dead. Whitney Houston ain't dead. Michael Jackson ain't dead. Prince ain't dead. They are just new characters, guys. Stop giving this speech system that attention. Because that he's not in jail. All that baby oil crap is just a distraction. It's not in jail. R. Kelly's not in jail. Let's focus on breaking these generational curses by getting your affairs in order. That should be the main thing. You should be worried about anybody else but yourself and your family. That's if you're an honorable man or woman.
You said none of these people are dead. That's deep.
No, they're not.
Okay.
Kobe
and it's
Bryant
interesting.
is my Gary, the so-called young football player that's dunked and played basketball just like him. And I posted about 2 weeks ago that Miles Garrett have a hat.
Miles Garrett, yeah.
Job is not done yet with the number 24 on it. And some people see that and still get dizzy. They're too indoctrinated to accept the truth.
Yeah.
That's the epitome of cognitive dissonance. Cognitive. We not fooled on the soul tribe. We are woke over here. We're beyond it.
Yes, sir.
We're beyond it. We woke before. We want our inheritance back. They have stolen from us, and you should be upset enough about it to act righteous. And love covers a multitude. We should be all operating love. Love and authenticity are the highest vibrations, because it's gonna give you the ability to be accountable for your actions, to make the corrections. If you got a person you're dealing with that's not like that, leave alone. Because they don't see any wrong that they'll do to you.
Chief, when is your birthday again? It's next week sometime.
Don't remind me. It's next week Tuesday. I was born. When I started getting understanding, and it hit, I said, "Don't tell me I was born on 666." And for a long time, growing up in religion, we thought that 666 was the mark of the beast, and that is not true.
Mm.
666 is 6 protons, neutrons, and electrons, which give you 18, and 18, which gives you 1 plus 8 is 9 ether being, and I have 66 3 in my social security number. And like Brother Sheik said, they know who we are. I wasn't born, I was sent to be who I am today, and make it through all the situations, circumstances that I've gone through. I don't look like what I've been through.
I know that's right.
We don't look like it. So they know who we are. Yes, they do.
And they know you before you coming too. They know when you're coming because they know astrology. Like they know.
I look at things and I say to myself, Earth is a prison planet to many. This is why these entities, and that's the only way I see them. That's the only way to look at them, and not to be fooled. This is why they sent rockets up to the sky. Nobody's inside these rockets. All that's foolery. They want to make you think that people that trying to land on the moon. First of all, nobody can land on the moon because it's just light. Okay? And if you think the world is spinning around with water stuck to it, hurling through the universe with water stuck to it, you're sad. The Earth is a plane. That's why they call it an airplane, because it's a plane, flat level with hills and valleys. Okay? The world cannot flood unless it's inside a dome. Period. Can't flood. A ball can't flood. Try pouring water on a spinning basketball and see if it floods. But the goal is to send those rockets up to try to punch a hole through the firmament so they can have an escape route out of here. But they can't bust through it. The only thing that happens, bits and pieces of glass fall off, and that's where they get diamonds from, the firmament. That's why it is the hardest rock and expensive, because the bits and pieces of the firmament. So they punch a hole through it because the firmament is self-healing. If it's strong enough to be the footstool of the Creator, the Great Spirit, which he is a Titan, he said, the firmament is my footstool. And he said, there's not 2 chairs up there. He said, there's only 1 seat. And where there's a man, that's the opposite. That's Big Mom up there too, which they're trying to hide. And that's why the woman is so important. Why is that? Because she's pushing out the gods and goddesses on the earth. So the Creator had to make the man stronger on the outside to protect the woman who's stronger on the inside to keep on pushing forward. Goddesses. So the woman is more important. So that's why he had to make her weak on the outside so that she could get out of the way of herself. He made the man with big hands and big shoulders and strong so that he could protect the woman when she's pregnant. He can protect her and shield her with his life if he had to, so that she can continue to bring him back and forth on the earth. But what this wicked system did is made our women think that she's more powerful than the man, to become the kryptonite to the man that not only damage him, but to destroy her.
Wow.
That's coming out of that, guys.
Wow.
You're not supposed to be doing the same thing that a man is doing, because you're not built that way on the outside. And a man is willing to protect you with his life. If you can't protect a man with his life, so sit your shoe stuff down, get out the way, and you're going to make me a nice plate so I can handle my business and I can continue to protect the family.
Did you say make me a nice plate? Did you just
say that's some turkey bacon? Get out the way. And it works fine when it's that way. And that's the way it used to be. And they took us out of the way. It's up to us to bring that back when Big Mama can start having the family reunions. Family reunions was an indigenous thing. So make sure you're not messing around and sleeping with your cousin.
Right.
We had family reunions here. It started here. So we could know that's your cousin. Okay, that's this, that. That's Uncle Charles, this, that. That's Ernestine, so and so. That's Ida B, so and so. You know, those are indigenous names. All the names that people come over here with are they're taking on our names. We didn't take their names. They took our names. So it's going to get back here. So I'm just happy. I'm excited. I'm geared up. I'm constantly in praise and worship mood to the ancestors and the Great Spirit. And we need to be in that same praise and worship mood all throughout the Great Spirit, tell the ancestors, thank you. It is already done.
It's already done.
Already done. I don't care what it looked like. In the word that was given over to the wicked, they want to make everything seem the opposite of what's getting ready to happen. Let's know that our resurrection, our redemption, our power, our authority, our rulership is at hand. And if all of us can know that, speak that, just think about the kind of power and authority that's been permeated throughout the world. All people.
All people. This is beautiful, Chief. We're so close. I would really encourage people to get in contact with you as soon as they can, because Sheik Asir said, take your trust with you. Some people will get their trust done at the Redemption Center, but if you want to take it with you and already have it there, you can contact Chief Mac, because his the 508. That 508 is way more powerful than the 501, which is a part of the corporation, the 501c3. So this 508 allows you to operate in the private outside the jurisdiction of the government. And we're moving out of the public into the private. So contact him if you desire to have a private trust at unityinmotion45@yahoo.com. That's UNITYINMOTION@yahoo.com. And if you have enjoyed him, some of you want to know how you can give him a blessing, you can send him a Cash App to Alan Judah 47. And I'll put that in the chat for you as well. Any final words, Chief?
Yes, I'm just, guys, be encouraged, because it is coming. Generational wealth is coming. Just be in the praise and worship. Get out there and walk, exercise, do something so that you can continue to release endorphins, guys. Eat healthy. Because incredible is going to come to those who are operating in expectations. Be encouraged. And I said, the wealth of the wicked is stored up for the righteous, which we are. That the meek shall inherit the earth, and we are the meek.
Indeed.
And not the lions. You're going to be the head and not the tail. You're going to be the lenders and not the borrowers, and the creditors and not the debtors. What is that saying? That we are the banks, that we are operating at the fullest capacity of our sovereignty. So all praises.
All praises. All praises. So again, you can send him a donation to $ Alan Judah 47. That's $ALLEN JUDAH 47. And if you want to get in contact with the Chief for any type of consultation, whether it be for your private trust, or you want him to explain a little bit more about living in the private, or you want him to give you some type of regimen so you can work out. As you all know, he is a fitness trainer. He was, I don't know if he's still doing it, and he competed as well in that industry. Shoot him an email to unityinmotion45@yahoo.com. He could put together some type of regimen or plan for you to work out. But more importantly, and he can share with you some information too about technology to help repair your cells. So give him a call, not give him a call, but send him an email, to unityinmotion45@yahoo.com. Well, Chief, we've been on for a while. We're backing up and confirming the words of the Grand Sheik Asir, who was on and did a phenomenal job of just enlightening us about how to live in the private, telling us about the takedown of the deep state. He was confirming a lot of your work. He said that you are the real deal, and he's going to be contacting you very soon. But he did a phenomenal job, family. I hope you enjoyed Chief Mac and Sheik Amir Moadeeb bin Burgos-el. If you haven't seen the whole podcast, please watch the replay. You can speed it up on 1.25, 1.5, or you can go to double time and speed it up and watch the entire show, because there were so many jewels dropped from the beginning to the end. All right, Chief, anything else before we get out of here?
We're good, guys.
We're good. All right. I'll talk to you soon. And family, thank you all so much for being here. Chief Mac and I love you so much. He is the chief of the Soul Tribe. I'm Big Mama here on the Soul Tribe. You listen to the Sheik, and you'll hear many other Sheiks and teachers and just people who have wisdom and knowledge, Gold Star Mother, all type of people who will share their information with the Soul Tribe. So go out and make this a great day. My name is Dr. Kia Pruitt. I trust that we've all said something to raise your vibrations and inspire you to create the most amazing, magnificent life that you desire and deserve. All of Chief's information is in the chat for you. I'll also put it in the description section, as well as the information for the Sheik who spoke today. Bye, family. Bye for now. Peace. Talk to you later, Chief. Love you.